It looks like they should stop. When I saw Trinity, I was like, oh, hell no. She don't even look like Trinity no more. She look like Eternity. Damn.
Bro, you came out the gate swinging. That's funny as hell, bro.
She look like Eternity. Yeah.
You know how funny that is?
I didn't even believe the moves. I was like, she's slow. She's slow as a motherfucker.
Bruh, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it didn't inspire me. But I'm going to watch it though, because you have to, innit? It's like coming to America, you just had to do it.
Oh, bro, can you believe that part didn't record?
Oh, cheers.
Anyway, it's on the...
No, you keep disrespecting my bars, man. Seriously, you're going to have to do something about this. You do it on purpose. Now, I'm going to say that for my own self when you go.
Oh, bro.
Like, remember back in the day when people would record songs in the studio, as soon as they leave, they get the white girl to come and do her, come and add her stank on it. I think that's where the term "put some stank on it" came from.
Oh,
because they'll bring the white girl, put some stank on it, literally.
Oh, bro, it's been a while. It's been a while.
I had that COVID.
You had the Rona. Tell other people how that felt.
It was just an inconvenience, man, more than anything. I don't like being sick. I miss my mum's retirement party. I miss my dad's birthday. Well, my dad's birthday I missed because I had a show, but my mum's retirement party I missed because it was right there.
Wait, you were still gigging?
No, this weekend.
Oh, okay.
I missed my mum's retirement party. Me and my brother had to miss it because we both had Rona, so that was what really pissed me off. But, you know, other than that, it was just a headache and blocked nose, feverish. Yeah. Then I lost my sense of taste and smell, which I don't know if it's back. I can smell certain things, but I can't smell everything, which is not good if you're not into eating booty. But the point is...
Why, brother?
Because, you know, you won't be able to smell anything. Anyway, my point is...
Well, you want to smell it? You want to smell it?
I heard that's some people's fetish, bro. What are you talking about? Don't hate on the sniffers.
You know one thing about bad smells? You know how many times I've had a blocked nose and I've gone to the toilet to get tissue to clear my nose, and immediately I take my first breath of fresh air through my nose and I miss having a blocked nose. You know how many times I've gone through that cycle? I'm like, stop clearing your nose in the toilet. Toilets stink. This is a good place to have a blocked nose.
It's funny you say that because I can't smell much. I have no sense of what this world smells like.
Wow.
I'm just walking around thinking, hey, this is some great world. Not knowing I'm probably taking in the toxic.
Bro. You know,
I'm with no breaks.
You know, like how, like with Batman, the blindness kind of gives him some special heightened senses in other areas. Do you think the lack of smell is doing that as well?
Not really, because I can't smell anything. And like the funny thing about not having taste is, you want food. You're like, I can't wait to get that Chinese with the 4 king prawns. You're playing in your mind, I can't wait. But when you get there, it's like, something wrong with this. They ain't put that salt in the floor. Do you know what I mean? I just don't have taste. The way I found out as well was mad because I got pepper soup to,
yeah, to clear up. Oh, yeah.
It just didn't taste like anything.
And
I got some from my brother. My brother was like, I'm like, yo, is yours good? This is amazing. I was like, I can't taste anything.
Wow, so bro. Do you know what? Yeah, I remember at school. That's when I figured that, like, we did a test or an experiment or something in science, that you realize that most of your taste is actually done by your nose. Like, your tongue only does very little tasting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because you can smell. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of what you perceive to be the taste of food is actually the smell of the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. The taste, like the tongue has like bitter receptors here, sweet receptors there, sour here, and blah blah blah. But other than that, in general, it doesn't do that much tasting. Yeah. Most of it's your nose.
So your nose is the taster.
Yeah, your nose is the real taster, and that's why when you have a blocked nose, even your food doesn't really bang as much. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, fun facts on the side.
But it's funny though, we never smell food to taste it though.
Well, people who like go for wine tastings, the first big part of it is smelling it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've
actually,
really
when a good meal comes, you do give it that.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why I'm like, smells are really underrated in the grand scheme of things. Smell is actually one of those senses that like really.
Can a food smell good and not taste good?
Yes.
Interesting.
I've definitely had some food.
You got some of our listeners doing this.
Aromatic spices. They have aromatic spices. You smell it. You walk in, you're like, oh, okay, this about to bang.
Ah.
You eat it, ain't got no more. It ain't got the body to it. Ain't got, you know when the food has the body, like
Ain't got the aromatic spices.
bro. That's the best way I could have put it, bro. It got the aromatic, ain't got the aromatic, bro. It ain't got the aromatic spices in there.
You know the everything going on. You know what's going inside.
You know, like herbs be smelling like a way, but herbs don't really carry like that body of flavor.
They don't have that body of flavor.
Yeah, like you ever tried
to taste oregano?
You ever tried to cook without Maggie?
Why would I do that?
You said that like I just said, yeah, your mum, bro. You're like, why would I do that?
I was like,
no, there's like a whole movement amongst Nigerians about cooking without Maggie because Maggie is supposedly poison.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the whole point is when you try to cook without Maggie, there's a body to the taste that is missing if you're used to eating with Maggie.
When you try to cook without Maggie, we know,
bro. So yeah, anyway, that's my point. Anyway, I was just like, yeah, we underrated smell. And even you telling me this is actually confirming it in my head that like I've never considered a world without smell. Obviously, I've considered like not being able to see before. Like, oh, imagine if you were blind, or imagine if you were deaf, or you know, whatever. But I've never considered like what would life be like if you couldn't smell.
I mean, it's not bad.
I'd probably be mad expired food.
But it's just frustrating because like cocoa butter, I can't smell cocoa butter.
Oh, that's such a pleasure as well.
So, do you know what I mean? When you go, I smell that coconut. So now I'm putting mad cocoa butter. I'm thinking it's not enough. You know, I like scented candles. I like my candles. I can't smell them, but I can smell incense.
You like scented candles?
Yeah.
But you can smell incense.
I can smell incense.
So the incense is strong enough, I guess.
Incense, like, I'm coming out swinging. You gonna smell me?
Right. You got them Catholic church ones with where you swing it with the chalice. So
maybe that's another thing because I can't smell my food.
Okay.
Because I can't smell anything.
Yeah.
So it's my sense of smell I want back, not the tasting. I don't know.
If you want to fart in public, how do you know if you?
Bro, that's another thing. You know when you're tearing up the toilet, I've been spending the last few days thinking, my shit be smelling good these days. Because I can't smell nothing.
I know you
Man,
like
thing is,
to
I sprayed aerosol after thinking, why am I spraying this? I can't smell that.
It's for everybody else, man.
I was being considerate.
It's like Stevie Wonder doing an album art cover. You're doing it for everybody else.
He was doing it for himself as well, just because he couldn't see.
Why
Stevie
would
Wonder was a musical genius. That's wrong with you. That's terrible. That's terrible.
That's terrible. No, why would Stevie Wonder ever like pick an album cover? Why? Why would he ever do that?
Because you have to sell records.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. That's
my point. It's for everybody else.
Yeah, but then everybody's for everybody. Everything's for everybody else then.
No, but some people could look at their own album art cover.
Please, the album cover
up on the wall.
Album cover was all about. Oh, you think Lil' Kim posing with her crotch open was about? You know, I just love the way I look on this cover.
I think she did. I think she did like
it was a shift units, which it did.
Oh yeah, obviously, but I mean,
albums sold, Vaseline sold, tissue sold. It was a great period for stockists.
I think you got my point though. Sometimes you do think, even if you can't enjoy it, it's very.
I agree, but you're saying it based on his blindness.
Yes, like why would you do anything visual if you were blind? It's for everybody else.
We're not talking about visual. We're talking about the music.
I said the album art cover.
That's but you shifted it to that. Initially, you said it's like Stevie Wonder doing this for everyone else. I was like,
I said it's like Stevie Wonder doing an album art cover.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can't really hear properly because
the smell of the ear is connected.
My ear, man.
COVID fucked up your hearing as well.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I mean, you know, you can get block tears as well.
Yeah, golly.
I hate block tears, man. Be shifting your brain balance.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing. Most people don't know ears are not just for hearing, but they actually affect your balance. You got liquid in both of them. Your brain reads how much where the liquid is on both ears and knows whether you're tilted or not.
Damn. Hey, people underrate God, you know, like what he actually created.
What?
People don't realize
this human body is actually mad, bro.
Yeah. It's a dope PC, bro.
Bruh. I said a Dell PC.
It's a dope PC.
No, I said Dell. Like,
put some respect. God, like this.
God, like Dell.
Dell. He better put an iMac 10 on this motherfucker. Imagine God saying, put some respect on my name.
Yeah, man.
Dell, you know.
So, bro, what you been doing other than
surviving,
having COVID?
Riding, driving. No, I'm joking. I'm writing, man. I wrote a children's story for my friend, which is
that's dope.
Do you know what? I got caught COVID in the middle of it, so I was really anxious. So I
Was the
just started
story
writing.
about COVID?
Huh?
Was the story about
No.
COVID?
So I got really anxious, and I was kind of thinking maybe I'm not on the right path. So I just sent him a little piece of what I'd written. They said they wanted 2,000 words. By the time I'd sent him the piece, I've not finished, by the way. I was on 1,500.
Wait, children's book? With
Yeah.
2,000 words?
Yeah.
This must be like 8 to 10 or something like that, right?
To be fair, yeah, they said no age range, but I kind of wrote it for like 8 to 13.
Bro, all the books I read to my daughter, bro, they all got like 16 words in them, and half of them are iggle piggle or something.
Yeah, but it's not for your daughter, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my book's not for your daughter. Yeah, so like 8
Oh,
and
okay,
upwards,
yeah. So it must be for older.
And so I quickly realized I've learned that 2,000 words is nothing.
Wow.
Like I haven't even left the bedroom and I'm on 1,500.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him really anxious, but he came back with some, he was just excited saying, I want you to bring this home. So I'm trying to finish it.
Do you think if it was trash, he would tell you?
Yeah. Yeah. He's that. The moment he offered me the thing, he said, I'm going to be working closely with you on this. And I was like, oh, God.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
So,
bro.
like, he's one of them people that, yeah, he would be in my ear if it wasn't his.
Fair play.
And that's why I believed him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't say, I mean, I'm like that too. Like, if I respect you as a person,
Yeah.
if it's, you don't tell people, the thing is this, it's never trash. It's just,
Sometimes it's trash.
you think so?
Sometimes it's trash. Sometimes. I think people overplay trash.
Okay.
People be like, oh, that album was trash or blah, blah. It wasn't trash. It just wasn't the best, or you didn't enjoy it at this particular time, whatever. But there's definitely trash. There's definitely trash. Some people need to not hide behind, oh, you just didn't like it.
You think an album's made a trash album? You think an artist has made a trash album before? Let me take that back. Because, how do I say it?
I'd say definitely trash mixtapes. Because
Okay, do you think Jay-Z has a trash album?
Nah.
Not one bad album.
Nah. I don't think it's...
The Black Album.
I think from...
The Black Album. You going to sit here and tell me that's a great album?
I didn't say all of them are great albums.
Right.
I'm saying none of them are trash.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he can make a good album, and in the context of his other albums, he might be, oh, that's trash. It's not really trash. It's just not on the same level as one of the other ones you liked.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that, like, after Reasonable Doubt, it's going to be really hard for him to put out a trash album. Because if you start well like that, and then you got good business fundamentals, you got creative control, bit by bit, you'll get good producers. You got the talent.
Snoop put out trash after Doggy Style.
Pardon?
Snoop
never really. Oh wait, which Snoop album was trash?
I would say
Paid the
trash.
cost to be the boss.
Dogfather.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't right. It wasn't. It was a tough time for him though. Parker just been killed. Sugar's in jail. Jay's left. Death Row's in tatters. But he has to put an album out. So I put it down today. It wasn't his best work.
Fair play.
No one really.
But to
quotes
be
that
honest though, I've never really bumped Snoop albums. Like, I could listen to Snoop. I could listen to a whole day of Snoop on other people's tracks, on his own tracks, blah, blah, blah. But I've never been like, yeah, I just want to get like the conceptual
I think
themes
Snoop's first
of-
album, Doggy Style, is probably one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time, if not the. For
Yeah, I
me.
know you like that album.
Yeah,
actually.
production wise, he's for a debut album it was like drafting the #1 pick, and he came out and won the playoffs in the first season.
And he was what, 19 when he dropped that?
18, 19, yeah. You know,
Clean.
and he had. The thing is, the talent around was crazy.
Yeah.
His cousin Daz, Warren G, his best friend, Dr. Dre, the overseer, Nate Dogg, his boy, Corrupt to join the fold, Rage. They had such, and they said it was basically the follow up from the Chronic.
Yeah, I can see that. That must have been a good time, bro.
Oh.
Bro, I want to have those moments where you can look back and say, you know, oh, you remember when Funmbi dropped that special and Ola dropped that special as well, man. That was a good time for comedy.
Unfortunately, over here we see ourselves as competition too much, so we don't
Well,
have those
obviously,
moments.
I'm not competing with you, but what I'm saying
No,
is
I'm
that
just saying
I
general.
want,
So
like,
we
I
don't
want
have
us to have
those
a
moments.
moment. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
don't
saying?
have those moments where you see great comics come together discussing the shift that they created or the movement. You know, so yeah, I agree with you. I'd love to have those moments, but until we understand the power of collective creativity, I was watching.
We get it though. Like, people will catch up. People will definitely catch up. but we get it, right?
Oh yeah, like I was watching Motown 25.
Yeah,
and it was
Bruh.
probably the most masterful thing I've ever seen in my life. All that talent under one roof,
bro.
That's
when
crazy.
Michael Jackson moonwalked for the first
For
time.
the first time.
Yeah.
And I watched that performance, by the way, and he came out swinging. I watched the Marvin Gaye performance.
He came out cold.
I watched the Four Tops versus the Temptations battle, which was just incredible.
The original verses.
That, just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then I watched Lisa Ronstadt with Smokey Robinson and Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye playing the piano. Yesterday was today, and you can give him spoken words, you know.
Yeah.
And then Diana Ross came with the Supremes, and the Supremes were like, "I'm gonna cut this bitch when I get back."
Of course, bro. It was doing it for the cameras.
They're doing it for the cameras, but they all came back, and you realize how much talent Berry Gordy had under one roof.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal.
It was literally a factory, bro.
Yeah,
he just kept
the hit-making factory.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, the Four Tops, Temptations, Diana Ross. You had Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder. Smokey Robinson was writing for these marks.
Of course. But that's the thing. We never even talk about some of those groups that he put together that didn't really go nowhere.
The Commodores? No, I'm joking.
Nah,
the Commodores went.
Hey, put some small respect on them, bro.
No, big respect. Are you mad?
On Commodores, bro.
Languages are done.
But what I'm saying is, like, there was... When you do that kind of approach, it's interesting because obviously it's born out of... Motown is born out of the Motor City, right?
Yeah,
they're surrounded around car factories.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken the concept, that Ford concept of, like, if I can do this part and this part this well, and I can assemble it, I can create something great that's replicable and can travel. You apply that to music, and then you basically got, a series of girl groups where, they work on choreography, work on getting a certain vocal, work on getting a certain instrumental, work on getting a certain standard of lyrics, put them out, make it again. Let's go. That is fantastic to watch. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if we were thinking about it as pure artists, we'd probably be like, oh, it's too restrictive. What if I don't feel like, doing shoot like each day? Like, what if I just want to come out and say some real stuff? Which I'm sure is probably what Marvin Gaye was feeling at some point.
Because art and capitalism don't go together.
Exactly, but we celebrate because that's an example in which we enjoy the art that came out of it, and the business is actually quite impressive.
But then he killed himself.
I mean, the name is still good till today. You say Motown today.
No, I get it. I'm just being facetious.
Obviously Motown is not really picking the hits right now.
No, because nothing is built to last. Nothing. Everything has its end date. However,
no, I think some things are built to last.
Like what?
I mean, like Ford is still here.
That's a car.
I'm saying.
I mean, like an industry of that.
The first guy to ever make a commercial vehicle for everybody has a.
What I mean
has a
is,
brand
in terms of art, not in terms of a company.
In terms of art, okay, I see what you mean.
That run will always come to an end.
Yeah,
you will never be able to be on top forever, ever. It's not possible. Generations change. You get older. You lose. You know what I mean? It's like basketball. Jordan. He will. That's gonna end.
I think it's different from music because music can live on, right? Very few of us.
The music can live on, but the artist won't. The artist's name might live on, to be fair, but his music, he. What I mean is, it's like Mick Jagger or the what's it called? Stones. The Rolling Stones made great music.
Yeah.
Right, but they can't put out a great album today. They put out good music.
You seen ABBA's trying to put out a new album? Or ABBA dropping
a
a
new
new single.
Base, though, innit?
ABBA dropping a new single, and they're doing a concert where their faces are like computer generated back to their original faces. So it's like they've gone back in time. So it's like they're performing and they're heyday.
You know what it is? It's nostalgia. A lot of people lost money.
That pandemic hit everyone.
We got Jaro versus Fat Joe tonight. So
Oh, bro.
So I respect. I hear it, but
Teddy Pendergrass gonna come back out again.
No, he's dead, man.
Bro, you might give to be so factual, man.
Tragic though.
I mean,
because he was with the cocaina and the girls.
Yeah, bro.
And his manager was like to him, "Come and do this show," and he was like, "I don't want to do the show." I think he was done. Like I said, the artist and the music begin to clash because it's not about music no more.
Yeah,
it's about popularity, selling records, and being famous and all of that, you
Yeah.
know, and drugs and women.
Yeah. He was really getting the panties thrown at him.
Huh?
He
Yeah.
was really getting
Yeah.
the pant, like significant number
But
of
then,
pants being thrown.
you know, he didn't want to do the show, which is fine. And got into a car accident, became
Wow.
paralyzed.
Wow.
And then, you know, you couldn't do a show, not by choice, not by, you know, desire no more. You just couldn't.
Wow. That's
I remember
that's
the last time they had him come out for a performance in a wheelchair. So,
Teddy Pendergrass, man. Nah, that Teddy, I got some fun memories with that guy's music, man. Like it's
couldn't be anything
that's
holy.
a sad way to go out. What's that?
Couldn't be anything holy.
Ah, no, it wasn't holy, man. It was very, very
Speaking
wrong.
of music,
Very, very wrong.
Tupac's death marks 25 years today.
Today,
13th of September,
God,
1996. He died in the hospital.
Wow.
So today's Tupac quote is, I'm quote Tupac. He said, "When I die, I want to be a living legend. Say my name affiliated with this motherfucking game. No more pain." That's the quote today.
Wow.
You know, he says that. When I die, I want to be a living legend. Check. Say my name.
No, but wait, no, but I almost let that word slide. When I die, I want to be a living legend.
Yeah, I want to be a living legend. Say my name affiliated with this motherfucking game. So he says, as long as you say my name when you say rap, as long as when they say rap, they have to say Pac. He's good.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So rest in peace to the GOAT.
Rest in peace to my favorite rapper of all time,
Machiavelli the Dawn.
Dunk Illuminati. All up in your body.
Yeah, man. It's been interesting 2 weeks.
We need to do like a Tupac karaoke night or something.
What?
I just want to like go through albums and like rap along to them.
Okay. You're going to have to speak up, you know. My hearing is terrible.
Oh, really? Is that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
come
I
and whisper me
genuinely,
on me like
I
it's chocolate
genuinely
hour.
enjoy rapping along to Tupac lyrics, bro. They're fun. They're actually fun to say. Like he's got the cadence and you know the way and with the misery. So like I actually enjoy doing it. It's
you
one
think
thing
he
to
developed
listen.
that
It's
himself?
another thing to rap along.
That is you being aware of your own voice, though, to be fair.
I don't even hear my own voice. I don't care about that.
You know what I mean?
It's just
Pac with the cadences, you know.
yeah.
Do you think he develops that himself?
I think he was because I think if I listen to early Park and then later Park,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more emphasized.
Oh,
than
hell
certain
yeah.
areas. So I think he's definitely realized that.
First
hey,
Pac
when
was,
I feel
early
like
Pac was like Jay-Z, you're MCing.
yeah,
You're just MCing.
exactly.
But when you start something to say, you slow it down a bit.
And then not only that, you just settle into your voice.
Yeah.
The way I perform now on stage is not the same way I
Yeah, I
performed
think
when I
it
first
is.
started.
I'm sure.
This guy, bro. This guy.
I 100% agree with you, bro.
So yeah, I think when he just started finding his
The
voice,
way I
he started
perform
finding
now,
the cadences,
I'm embarrassed sometimes when I watch my early performances.
bro. I'll be
Like,
watching it like, yo, slow down, man. It's gonna be okay, bro.
That's-
Don't
that's-
worry.
that's-
It's all gonna work out, you know.
You know, if you ever want to believe in the word potential, watch your early stuff.
God.
That's why they call it potential.
Bro, I'm almost embarrassed for the people laughing. I'm like, yo, you guys don't know good comedy at
Innit?
all. Come on, man. This guy's punchlines
Start
all
trying to
over the
email them,
place.
you should come and see me now.
But that sometimes that keeps me from putting stuff out because then I'll be like, yo, in a year's time, I'm gonna look back at this and be like, you have to be really brave to like leave your mistakes out, or not mistakes, but to
But that's how
leave
you
your
learn,
progress and your growth out there.
That's how you learn, though.
I know that's how you learn, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want everyone to see it.
It doesn't matter, though. You think Eddie Murphy cares that people will see Delirious now and be like, oh, you can't say that. Now, who gives a shit?
Delirious was at a standard where I think he could still be proud of it till today. Maybe not the some
People,
of the
I was watching
references,
reaction
but-
videos to Bernie Macs. I was American cookies, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, "You can't say the word." He called him a little faggot. Everyone was like, "Hell no, not today."
I'm not talking about people canceling you because they've changed their values or whatever it is. I'm talking about the actual craft. If Bernie was alive, rest his soul, and he watched I Want Some Milk and Cookies, I think he can say that stands up to the test of time. That's funny, right? I look back at some of my material and I go, all right, it was cool, it was funny, but you ain't had the skills to pull that off. So for me, if somebody's gonna find me today, I would prefer they find me at my level of skill now than if they find an old video of me and be like, oh, this represents Ola. And I think the people who can leave up their old
But that does
mixtapes
represent
and so
Ola.
on.
But at that time,
Yes, at that time, but You might not know about. You might not know I got skills that have grown beyond that. Some people.
But no one's gonna look at your work then and bring you in and be like, "Can you do?"
No, I'm talking about they might decide that, oh, this guy's not really for me. Whereas if they see me grow, if they've seen that me today, they might be like, oh, this guy's good. He's got skills.
I understand that, but I feel that that's a mistake on their part, not necessarily a reflection of your work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where you are then.
So have you still got all your old clips up and stuff?
Of what?
You doing stand up? You doing sketches? You doing?
They're all over YouTube. I don't care. Because you can't expect. It's like signing LeBron James and be like, well, we watched you when you were in Miami and you was doing 360 dunks. Why are you not doing that now?
No, he was in Miami as a G already.
Yeah.
He was already a top player.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, let's say we go and find your, I mean, it's not the same for basketball players, but let's say it was like, let's say you were a fighter. Mm-hmm. Now you've leveled up, you're kicking everybody's butt. But they go and pull out a video of you getting your butt kicked to the playground in school, and everybody's laughing at you and you're getting mugged off. You might not want that video to be out there. You might want
that's the best video to be out there, because everybody, right, look what he's become. Yeah, he's being laughed at the playground now, but look, he's knocking motherfuckers out now.
Only if they care to find out the rest of the journey.
But that's the thing. If you're at that point where everybody knows you're knocking people out, then they will go back themselves.
Everybody knows you. People, not that many people know me.
Yeah,
and people are still finding me for the first time now. So I would prefer if the first impression was a good one. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting. I mean, it's interesting that you don't think your early work is a good enough impression of you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm being overcritical of it, but I look back on it and I go,
like,
I like it.
Look, I'm saying, you don't forget, Delirious, Bernie Mac, that's not their first work.
I know, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we don't know. Because when Eddie Murphy spoke about the jokes he was doing in Funky, he was like, it was just, I was a 15-year-old kid. What the hell did I know? I was talking about doing poo-poo and picking my nose.
Yeah, so now he's Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. If we find one of those old clips, it's cute because we've seen him grow into a world star. Imagine he was on the come up. He was 30-something, like myself. He's on the come up. He's trying to put his material out there. He might not want his 15-year-old booger jokes to be.
But here's the thing you're missing out. If you can, you see potential. You can see potential in a booger joke.
I don't think most people can see potential.
Huh?
I don't think most people can see potential. I think most people.
But they were laughing at. You said they were laughing when you were doing those jokes.
Yeah, some people were laughing.
Yeah, so it's either they were bad jokes. It's not necessarily that it's unless they were bad jokes.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Because if they were lame, like what I'm saying is like like when I used to do the African accent or just the mundane observations of
people laugh.
People laugh at that. Now,
is that
I cringe because I know I can do better now. Mm-hmm, but I don't cringe for someone. I don't care if someone else sees it. They have to see that so they can see my growth. They have to see where I've come from. I remember I did a joke one time. I put a post up or just of a gag. I think it was my dad's joke about the tracksuit. Yeah. And one guy wrote under it, still got it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. There's definitely love for those that actually care and will know who you are now and know who you were then. Like, if they all know the whole story, then that's fine.
But then
that's
who else?
cool.
But who
I'm
else
talking about like
them?
there's people on YouTube who are just getting stuff suggested to them, and let's say they like watching stand up, and then the video that gets suggested to them is me in 2000.
If your video gets suggested to somebody, that means someone liked your video enough to suggest it to someone to watch it. Now, if they don't enjoy your video, that's not a reflection of the video. That just might be their taste in comedy. I've seen people watch Patrice O'Neal and be like, I don't get it, but okay.
Speaking of the YouTube algorithm, I was telling someone the other day, one day, like there was one time, I used to go to America all the time. I landed in New York, I went to the comedy club, and I got to the comedy club, the guy was like, hey, YouTube just showed me your video like the other day. I was watching prank videos and yours came up and you were with another comedian. It was Nabil. And I saw your video and then you just showed up here. How weird is that? My mind was blown. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm showed them my video out of all the videos on YouTube. There's so many videos on YouTube. And then I walk into the exact club where he works. That's
a mad coincidence.
Mad coincidence, bro.
He could have been lying though.
He could have been, but he told me about the video. He was like, you with another comedian. You called the political party.
Okay,
And
but that makes sense though. That was a big prank.
I didn't think the BMP prank was like people in New York are watching that.
How many
That was
views?
that was like at that time it was like 10K views. That was like.
And did
big
you check
for me.
where it was being watched?
I didn't look at
Exactly. You can actually check where it's being watched.
But at the same time, come on, man. You don't really
That part,
think.
the part of being in New York on the algorithm is not. It's the
Yeah.
part of him seeing you and he just watching it. That's crazy. And you walking at the same time. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Him seeing the prank video is not crazy. That's just what
No, but
happens.
I'm saying the coincidence of everything together. I'm saying
Yeah.
the fact that he saw that particular video, and then I walk into the
Yeah.
exact comedy club where he works
Yeah.
in New York, and I don't live in New York.
Yeah. That's
That
crazy.
was that coincidence. Even for him, his mind was blown because he's like, well, this British guy I watched on YouTube like 2 days ago
Yeah.
has literally just walked up to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. So yeah, just one of those wild coincidences and stuff. And even
But it would be crazier if he saw you in a Nando's
in a Nando's,
or in a Wendy's.
yeah, that would have been even wilder.
Yeah, because you have
Yeah.
business in the comedy club.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nigga, I just watched you. But then, you know what? It's funny because, yeah, it's just the New York. It's being in New York that it's just like, wow, who would have thought this? But if you think about it, you could go to Manchester now and someone just watched a video today.
True. It doesn't happen that often. I was the conversation I was having with the person was about being recognized, and I was saying that like it does happen to me from time to time, usually in the weirdest, rarest moments, but it's still fairly rare. Like I'm not like walking around there with like, hey, all of the comedians outside, not like that. But I will just be like in the airport in another country, and someone come up to me like, wait, are you all of the comedian? And I'm like, well, that was weird, but yeah, I am. Thanks, man. Nice. To
Oh,
meet
I've been recognized a lot.
you. Oh, really? You get it a lot.
Yeah, man. When I was on,
They know you in Hackney though, right? Like what?
Remember we had a TV show on Ben.
Okay.
So
Nah, but you've been big in the community for a while, bro.
Yeah, so I was getting recognized from that a lot, and
Yeah.
from stand up. Remember, I was with my friend, and she was always like play down being a comedian,
Yeah.
or just be like, "You're just Funbi, you're just Funbi," and not that I was always like, I'm Funbi, but she was always just trying to,
Yeah.
One time we're up in the West End, and this girl sees me and screams in my face, like, "Oh my god!" And I was just like, "Okay." She's like, "You're Funbi." I was like, "Yeah," and she like took a picture of her, and she left.
Wow.
And then my friend was like, "Does that happen a lot?" It's me. I say now and then. One
Why
time,
did your voice always change
one
when that
time-
happened?
this couple came up to me. Goes, "Oh my god, Funbi, it's Funbi," and she told her man to take a picture of me with his missus. That was funny. I was like, "You don't mind if I rub a booty? Do you play it? No, that's too small. Okay, that's cool."
Hey, bro.
One time, I got stopped in front of with my parents. This is when like I was doing. I've been stopped a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. At first, it was weird, and after a while, it just became. After a while, I just knew it.
Yeah.
I just people looking at me. It's like, oh, he knows I'm a comedian. Excuse me, you.
Yeah.
The worst one's when they try and quote your jokes to you,
Oh man.
and you're just like,
Oh, when
"That's
they
not
get it
me.
wrong.
That's Baba Tunde."
on the comedian His Future Wife, I told a story about how I got on the train and I saw a girl, and I wanted to talk to her, but at the same time, like I wasn't really gonna talk to her. So I was just like, let me just be in the environment. Let me just be maybe by osmosis somehow. I sat down in front of her, I was just chilling. And she goes, "Are you all of the comedian?" And in my head exploded. Like, yo, what do you mean? Of course I don't church girls. They come up to me. What do you mean? I'm that guy. But I was keeping it cool. Like, yeah. I'm mad tired or what? Yeah, I'm just come back from a gig. I'm mad tired. Got a headache. I was really acting up, being mad cool, and she really gave me some nice props. She was the first girl I was engaged to. Yeah.
Just how you met?
Yeah, that's how we met on the train. It turns out we'd actually met before, but I didn't fully remember. She'd come up to buy my DVD at a show, and she'd told me she liked my comedy and stuff, but I didn't really pay attention. And then, like, on the train, like, I saw her out of everybody, and I was like, wow, like, okay. I don't know how I didn't notice before. And plus, she lived, like, down the road from me as well, which, again, was like, how did I not notice this girl? But yeah, it turns out it's life, man.
That's nice.
Yeah, man.
I would never get engaged to a fan though.
I mean, he wasn't just a fan because clearly, obviously, we ended up having a relationship. It wasn't just like, hey, I like your comedy. All right, will you marry
That's what I
me?
mean. I couldn't date someone that likes my comedy like that.
Really? Nah, you got to
I
like
need,
my
I
comedy.
need a civilian.
No, she's a civilian.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to like my comedy at all.
You don't want your wife to like your
She
comedy?
doesn't have to know. I said I don't need that. I need my fans to like my comedy. You're not a fan. You a wife.
Nah, I need my wife to like my comedy, man.
I need my wife to support me. Whether she likes my comedy or not is irrelevant.
Well, yeah, obviously, support is the most important.
Yeah, I don't
thing,
care if she
but
likes my comedy.
I'd prefer it if it wasn't like through gritted teeth, like, oh, this guy's trash. But I guess
Oh
I
no,
have to
but
support him because
the thing is this: I'm not trash, so that's not possible. Does that make any sense?
Hey, relax,
But it's
man.
true, though.
Relax.
It's like
man.
saying to Cristiano Ronaldo, she has to like the way I play football. Like, what do I care? She likes that. Everybody knows how I play football.
But it's very different though. Like
Yeah.
because very few people have. It's not often that like a woman is looking at you and going, I don't like the way he plays football. But they can, if you do something that's very individual, like comedy, and she doesn't find you funny, then it really does have an impact.
She doesn't find your comedy funny or find you funny. There's a difference.
Oh wow, now you're adding a whole new layer to it.
It's true though, because a lot of girls find their partners funny. They can never do comedy.
Yeah, but okay, but you actually do comedy.
Right.
If she doesn't find your comedy funny.
Right? That
Right.
means comedy's subjective.
I know, but I'm
Right.
saying if somebody's gonna support you, I'd prefer it to be genuine support.
But she will support you. She's your wife. If she's your partner, of course she's gonna support you.
Yeah, but come on, man. If
You're saying she has to like the comedy.
if a girl is with a guy, with a rapper that she thinks is trash, she might support him. But if she doesn't like his music, that support is always gonna be through gritted teeth. It's always
But then
gonna
maybe
be
you should up your music then. It's not her for your music's trash.
shit. But just as you were saying now, he might say, "I know I'm not trash. The guys in the hood love me, but you don't really like my music."
that's down to personal whatever.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm
if-
saying personally, my wife got to like
And
my
that's for you,
stand-up.
innit? Yeah, I'm saying my
Yeah.
wife doesn't have to like my comedy because it's irrelevant.
Nah, I can't be.
I'm
in the
not a
room-
comedian
I
at
can't be
home.
in the room with other comics and she's doing
Yeah, but the thing is this: your wife
like
can
that
think-
girlfriend that I brought to the show and said,
Yeah,
"Fumbi's
but
the
your
funniest
wife-
guy I've ever seen."
If I'm in a room full of comics and my wife is laughing at other comics, I'm okay with that.
Not just
They might
laughing
be
at other
funny,
comics.
funnier than me.
I'm talking about. I'm hearing new laughs I've never heard before.
That's your insecurity, bro, not hers.
Nah, I didn't say there's anything wrong with her. I'm just saying that can't be my wife.
It was because of your insecurity, though, about funny.
Whether it's insecurity
Because there's
or
gonna
not.
be, if your wife is in a room with you, Kevin Hart, and Dave Chappelle, she's gonna laugh hard, regardless, because they're
Yeah.
funny motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I done made her laugh. I'm not concerned about that.
So that if you've made
And
her
we-
laugh
we be
hard,
laugh- we be
then why are
laughing
you worried about
together.
other laughing?
But if she doesn't find my comedy funny, then she's now going out. She's like,
what
oh,
I'm
you
saying
know,
to
I
you is
really-
this, yeah. Why are you with the girl? Because she finds you funny, or because you're with the person?
I'm with the girl because we can work together as a team. And
Okay.
you can't be on my team if you don't like what I do.
You're saying like what you do. Finding you not funny doesn't mean she doesn't like what you do.
Bro, what kind of
Because
what kind of semantics are
I've
these,
been
bro?
with people. I've got friends who
You got girls who don't think your comedy
I've
bangs.
got friends, homies who don't find me as funny as someone else, or vice versa. But
That's
some of
fine.
my friends-
We can be friends.
Yeah,
But
with
if
some
we,
of
I'm not gonna
friends,
tie my life to somebody like that.
They are they're my lifelong friends. They're my boys.
No, I mean tie my life as in like we're gonna put our finances together. We're gonna live in the house together. we're
Why?
gonna
Or
have kids
because she doesn't
together.
because she thinks someone else is funny than you.
No. Not because you think someone's funnier than. Well, actually, maybe. But I think if she doesn't like my comedy, then no, we can't. We can't. If Taylor comes to me and says, "I think Dave Chappelle's funnier than you," I will think about that and go, "Do you know what? I think Dave Chappelle's funnier than me. I can respect it. I don't want to hear it from you. That might be
Right.
the insecurity part, but at the same
She
time,
thinks Dave Chappelle's funny than you.
yes.
Yeah.
If she does,
But you
I
have
agree
10
that
million
she's right,
fans.
but I don't want to hear it.
You have 10 million fans who pay the lights around this motherfucker. You gonna worry about who your wife thinks is funny, even though you're the one.
I don't want to worry about it, but I don't want to hear it from her. I don't want her to come and tell
Why?
me. This.
If my wife told me I think Dave Chappelle is funny than you, I'll just come in her face.
What? No, come on. Then.
How's that for funny?
Throughout the whole of this conversation, you were carrying this sort of this sort
I'm
of
just saying,
moral
I've
and
got
intellectual
bigger
high
things to-
ground,
I'm
and then you
just
say
saying,
that.
I've got bigger things to work. Who cares? I don't care.
Bro, not everything can be resolved by ejaculating
I'm
one's
just
face.
saying that's how petty I am. That's how low I am. Okay, that's it. That's my response to that. What I'm saying is I'm not gonna let it get in the way of our love. As long as our love is intact, she can think what she wants about other comedians. I don't care. My comedy is that's my thing, innit? Yeah. No one can tell me if I'm funny or not. That's down for me to decide. Mm-hmm. No one can't tell me that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I get with someone, I don't need them to like my comedy. I don't. In fact, I prefer when they don't have anything to say. You know why? Because you're with someone, you feel the need to take their advice.
No, that's definitely not what
I said. You feel the need sometimes. You
nah,
do. You feel the need to hear it at least.
No, I definitely feel the need to hear their advice.
And I'm such a I don't even want to hear it from creatives, let alone a wife. And when I say a wife, I mean you're not a comedian, innit? Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So, but baby, and she's sitting on your lap, playing your hair. Next thing you know, you're writing shows about rabbits in the garden. It's what the wife wanted. I don't want that.
Nah. That's the thing. There's times where my wife has said she doesn't like a joke, and I take it out at the open mic, and it bangs, and I'm like, I like the joke. The people like the joke. I'ma still do the joke. And she's later changed her mind on some jokes as well. Like she didn't see it when I first told her.
Because she's not a comedian.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I still recognize
that's why I said I don't need her
me.
to need like.
But there are times where I might say something to her, and she actually sparks off. Like what she says back about it actually sparks off how I make the joke better in my head.
Doesn't mean she's a comedian.
I know she's
she
not.
just got lucky.
She's not. But what I'm saying,
the postman could have brought that energy.
What I'm saying is that when you speak to somebody who likes your comedy, right, there is value they can provide, even if they themselves are not the comedian. You know
what I believe is this: if you speak to someone who understands your voice, that's the key. When you have someone who understands your voice, understands how you talk, here's the thing: see, there's people that are naturally funny. There's people that are writers that can write funny. Yeah, and they're not. Doesn't necessarily come as a natural setting when you're in a room for the demand them, they're the ones firing off the jokes. I believe if you can identify which one you are, then you know you know the strength of your comedy.
Which one are you then?
I'm naturally funny.
But you're right though.
Yes, because that doesn't come naturally to me though.
Okay.
That's the work part.
Okay.
Me being Funmbi is just it's like
okay, so maybe I'm naturally the writer.
You're naturally a thinker of comedy. Your timing, your thinking, your writing, your penning, your wit is a good strength. Performance doesn't come naturally to you. And that's why when you go on stage, you get that feeling of they're not warming up to me. You have to earn that warmth because your writing is that good. But here's the thing. When your writing bangs, not only do you now not go in there thinking, good evening, you're going like this. What's going on? You guys good? What, am I talking to myself or something? You don't even feel the need to respect these people because you know when I drop the writing on them, they're gonna pass out.
I got that John
that's Patrice O'Neill. That's Bill Burr. That's Chappelle's naturally funny. That's Chris Rock.
Chappelle went acting school to work on his performance.
Chappelle's naturally funny. No, even if he went to work on his book, but he comes naturally for him. But you can see when he look at Def Jam when he was talking, although that is prime Chappelle, but very few people could be so calm in their element, just chin wagging, and you're just dying. Mike Epps, naturally funny.
Yeah, that one.
Here's the thing. Mike Epps is so naturally funny, Martin, I don't care who you are. Don't bring your pen. Your pen won't be able to stop it. Because it's just too funny.
You can't write for Mike Epps. You just have to let Mike Epps go.
Yeah. And Mike Epps can shut the room down on just one line. And then you're there the whole night just referencing that Mike funny though, ain't he? Yeah, that Mike funny, man. Because I can't top what he's done.
You can't do that, man. You can't do
But
that.
the key to everything is to identify what is your strength. Yeah. And the moment you know what your strength is, you work on the.
Which one do you think Chris Rock is?
Penn. Chris Rock, I don't think he's got naturally, but he's not. I don't think he's naturally funny. I don't think we're backstage in the trailer and it's Chris Rock letting off the bombs unless. Only because he's Chris Rock, you be like, Chris! But it ain't the same.
You ever heard that laugh when the comedian's big and all the other comedians Take me out on tour, you opener!
when Eddie Murphy was on Life, yeah, Eddie Murphy's naturally funny, so he's a killer anyway.
Yeah.
But everybody was like, it's Eddie Murphy, innit?
Come on, man.
So Martin Lawrence must have sneezed. Listen, what's wrong? Your mustache too big? Ah! Ah! And I was like, guess who was screaming? Anthony Anderson.
Oh, of course.
And Anthony Anderson's naturally funny. He's naturally funny.
That dude's
But he
funny.
milked that moment right there.
Of course.
But I got it because, now here's the thing. Eddie Murphy is naturally funny.
Yeah.
If you're in a room with Eddie Murphy and it's going off, people who I know, funny just comes easy to them.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And he's funny, he's even the worst one because it's being a prick as well.
Of course.
It's being a prick that comes naturally to him.
Prick.
And then he combines it with that funny, it's game over.
Yeah.
I tell you, he's naturally funny. And people will not respect this guy, Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah, he's naturally...
Kevin is naturally funny.
He's naturally funny.
Like, it's just that person you talk to, like, this guy's funny.
Yeah, but you ain't mentioned the GOAT yet.
Prior.
No, I wasn't even going to go that far back. I mean, but what I mean is just in terms of, like, just naturally having the funny bones. Martin Lawrence, man. Martin Lawrence. Like, that guy...
Martin Lawrence was stupid funny.
Yeah,
You
but that guy is
stupid.
naturally funny,
Yeah, he's
bro.
naturally funny, man.
That, like, when you watch Martin, the stuff that I'm laughing at ranges from him saying a well-written, funny joke or a line down to the way he dances. Like, he can just dance and I'll crack up. Like, there's bits that I've rewatched from Martin. Like, I've watched it time and time again just because the cadence and what he's doing physically is enough to make me laugh.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence is naturally funny.
Yeah. I feel like that guy needs to be given his flowers when it comes to the naturally funny people.
Oh, yeah, he's naturally funny. But here's the thing, though. Don't get it twisted. Just because you're naturally funny doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a great comedian.
True.
Like, look at Chris Tucker, for instance. He's
That's
naturally funny, but he's not a great comedian.
That's such a shame. It's such a shame to see because the Def Jam performances, like if you asked me at age 17, I'd say Chris Tucker's the best comedian in the world. Pissed off, man. I thought that was like the height. Like how do you get funnier than this, right? Like bearing in mind, by this point, I've seen the original Kings of Comedy and so on, and I loved them. But that Def Comedy Jam set from Chris Tucker was like, oh my goodness, this is it. And then to see that turn into like the Netflix specials now and stuff, it's like.
But that's after
20 million move. Like
movie deals, celebrity lifestyle.
Yeah.
When you don't focus on the craft of comedy, do you see what I'm saying? And that's why D.L. Hughley, for instance, who wouldn't have the same clips as numbers as Thingy, but he's a way better stand-up comedian. Way, even till now. Because he refined that craft, part of his craft. Yeah. And that's what he's ever had.
Bro, he takes that, telling a joke.
Yes.
He takes that down to like
who was your best king of comedy
marksman. Who was my favorite king of comedy?
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was Steve Harvey.
Okay.
Now, Cedric.
Okay.
Now Cedric, Steve, Cedric, Steve, Bernie, DL. DL's the one that I've met as well. So let me not.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was. Let me not make it seem like I don't appreciate. Because when I saw him, I was definitely like very happy to meet him. So it's not like, again, it's not like he's trash or anything like that. But I just really enjoyed Cedric. Steve was the first one that made me cry laughing with the blowing in the napkin.
Mine was definitely DL.
DL was your favorite?
Oh hell yeah!
Wow.
His joke hit rate was ridiculous. His joke hit rate was ridiculous, and then he did the crowd roast, which is already done on Comic View, but I'd never seen Comic View before.
But and he did some of the exact same jokes on Def Comedy Jam as well.
Everybody did.
So, but that's what I say. Like seeing
they did the whole tour, man.
Seeing
it doesn't
that
matter.
roast, I think also I wasn't a comedian at this point.
You hadn't seen the roast before, though.
I'd seen the Def Comedy Jam one. I'd seen him say like, "Teeth so big, you better not go down on no girl. Give a girl a hysterectomy."
Yeah, but that's not. You don't get penalized for that though.
I wasn't a comedian then.
Yeah,
so
but you are now.
So the magic was lost for me.
Okay.
Because if I've seen you do it on Def Comedy Jam and I see you do it, I know it's not spontaneous anymore.
Okay.
I know you've got that in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Now as a comedian, I know know these things obviously. But at that age, when I was just watching it for the first time, I was like, oh, I've seen him do that on the other DVD.
See,
I remember I watched them close together as well. My guy had the old school Netflix subscription thing where they send you the DVDs. So he just put all the comedy ones on there. So the Def Comedy Jams ones would come in, and the original Kings of Comedy and the pirate ones and all that kind of stuff. So I watched them close together. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't really give DL the props then. But obviously, having seen him live now and met him and seen him be funny in the moment and whatnot, way more respect and love for him. But Cedric, man, I can't get past Cedric.
It was me. Mine was DL, Cedric, Bernie. Then I didn't really count Steve because he didn't do a set.
He opened up with bits. He opened up. He did a hosting set.
Oh, he was great. He was amazing.
He did a hosting set. The rest of the stuff wasn't like comedy. It was like,
And the whole
it was hosting.
Sister Odell.
Sister Odell.
I love that part. But he did that as well on Comic View or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, man. You're going on like the biggest comedy tour of all time. Like you're gonna pull out your big slams.
It's funny because DL wasn't on the tour.
Dio wasn't on the tour.
It was Joe Torre. Sorry, Guy Torre.
I think you told me this before.
Yeah, and then they replaced him with DL.
Mad. How do you miss out on that?
I think he had a movie.
Which movie, bro? This is what I'm saying. Like, after a while, you look back at that movie and be like, which stupid movie?
Fair
was I
enough, but
doing?
at that time when
missed out
White
on
Hollywood calls, you go.
Bro,
Because that was the chitlins. No one knew that was going to do what was going to do.
the biggest comedy tour.
It wasn't built. That was not the first night, you know.
I know, but what I'm saying, like,
it gathered that momentum, which you
I
probably
guess
didn't
so.
gather when Fingy was there. That's when then
Spike Lee
Spike Lee
directed.
jumped involved and everything like that. We forget that you watched the final package. A lot of those cats, they did that all the time.
the
Do a big
Kangs,
tour,
yeah.
get together.
Yeah, man.
It's a chitlin
There's
circuit.
so many tours as
So
well.
many.
You can. It was like, you know, here when you see different shows, but it's like the same comedians. They must have had that as well. Maybe not thought that this was going to be such a big deal.
They just don't have comedy's changed so much now. So to do another King of Comedy, you might as well just do your Instagram.
Yeah.
Because back then, they were the big, you know, it was DL, Cedric, Steve Harvey, and Fingy. These are big comics in the blacks community. What that took them to, gone. Bernie got a show. Steve got whatever. DL Hoogley was, you know, they were making millions.
Are you ready for the next comedian?
That was Guy, by the way. That's Joe.
Guy was on the thing,
Guy was on the thing.
and
Not Joe. Guy. His brother.
Joe does.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I met Joe
So-
Torre.
Which
have to
one
sign
did
a
I meet?
DVD.
I met one of them in Vegas. So wait,
Joe's the short one who was in Poetic Justice.
the one that
Tupac.
look like you've been kicking flour.
Yeah. That's Joe Torre.
That's Joe Torre.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the one on the tour.
No, it was Guy Torre on the tour. He was in American History X.
Yeah, but he wasn't as big as his brother though. Joe was the bigger comic.
Says who?
From what I've seen anyway.
I
From my
think at that
observations
time, Guy was making a lot of noise.
Okay.
Remember, he did American History X.
Yeah, but come on, man.
he
That
did
doesn't
Rag.
always translate over to stand up. Like,
he was doing stand-up.
Monique did Precious.
Yeah, doing stand up though. He did Def Jam.
Yeah, I know he did Def Jam.
Yeah.
But Joe was the one that was like getting the hosting jobs. Joe was the one that I saw more often, and Joe was the one that made me laugh more, to be fair. But I thought if anybody would have been on that tour, it probably would have been Joe then.
I can see why Guy was on it. At that time, he was doing a lot of black movies as well.
Fair play. I think it was, it's probably Guy I met in Vegas then. Yeah.
Dark skinned one. I bought their DVD. They did a special together as brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was trash.
Was it called Tory Time?
It was trash.
It was a trash DVD.
Yeah. And I got him to sign it when I met him.
They're funny dudes, man. Why was it trash?
It was a trash special. They're funny dudes, but the special was rubbish. They had nothing to say.
That's a shame, man.
It was just an extension of Def Jam. And a great reliability on... They relied heavily on performance.
How do you feel about Ronaldo being back in the Premiership?
Fuck that motherfucker. Scored 2 goals against us.
I waited to drop that one. 2 goals against Newcastle. I didn't put this.
The thing is this, yeah. I mean, I always felt like he was going to score because my team is trash. But the manner of which we gave him the goals was disappointing.
What, the tap in first or
The first one, the keeper just misbundles
Spilled
it and
it,
then he
yeah.
taps it in, which is testament to Ronaldo because he's a poacher now. But the second one,
Yeah.
again,
But that's great awareness of the game at this age.
But that's
to be
his
in the right
age.
place.
No, but
Yeah.
that's his game now, though. He's a poacher.
Like you're saying, that's his game altogether now.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do now. Poach.
Because he's older.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he does. He picks the moment. He reads it well. Sometimes you can pick him out. You know, you get nice movement.
Yeah.
But more time. But the thing is this.
I've seen him as somebody that runs at the goal.
Never. Like the thing is this. The second
Never.
goal. Yeah, he got the ball in the midfield.
Yeah.
And he took that shot very early because he was never going to be able to sustain the way he used to breeze through.
Yeah.
Right. But the keeper should have saved it. Because that was prime Ronaldo, he'd have no chance. It'd have been in the box. But because he couldn't he's not going to be bursting through running. Not unless your defense is trash. If Ronaldo's going to score, you better make sure he scores inside the box.
All right.
Because he's not like, his game was off the wings, awareness in the box, and finishing ability. His pace has not gone, but you can't expect him to make the runs Lukaku would make, or younger strikers, because they're still younger than him. So
How's Lukaku?
29, maybe 28.
Okay.
So with Ronaldo, his positioning. His position is incredible. He's very intelligent, and you want to utilize that. So everything should come in and around the box, which I understand that. But running at the defender, my defender was right about here, and he really took the shot, and the keeper just annoying. It's like, this is a world-class player regardless. You're gifting him 2 goals. So that was annoying. But it's I think the biggest challenge is when the Champions League and the bigger teams, when you start playing those, it's going to be difficult.
Fair play. I think it's exciting stuff, man. It's just, I like some of the story, and that's mostly what it is. Like, when you do sports and
What's the story though? The comeback
of this great striker who leaves, goes, and he's one of the world greats, and there's rumors he's gonna return to the Premiership, but he's gonna go to Man City. Then Alex Ferguson makes a call, and he comes back to his old club, goes back out on his second debut, scores 2 goals. Like that's like story and drama, and
I mean, it's good if you're a Man United fan. If you're not a Man United fan, you could care less.
Well,
You're just like this.
but as somebody who
Fuck
just
that bitch.
enjoys watching football, like that's definitely very enjoyable.
I
It's
mean,
very
I get
satisfying.
the sentiment. I get it. I mean, it's a great story for the Man United fans because he's one of their greatest players.
Yeah.
But the only thing that matters is what they win with it. That's the only thing that
I
matters.
guess so. I think he's definitely given a boost to the fans, and it's
But the
definitely
fans don't
made
play the
things-
game though.
Of course.
The fans don't play the game. This story can turn into a nightmare real quick.
It's true, though. All you have to
It
do
can
is
turn
start
into a
messing
different
up,
chapter.
and they're gonna be like, "Get this
Real
old
quick.
guy off the pitch, man."
Well, that's the thing about fans. Fans are fickle.
They're
It's
very
like when
fickle.
Remember when Henry came back to Arsenal?
Yeah.
And he scored against Leeds in the FA Cup. And
Yeah.
even we were like, what? But it wasn't like they were like, re-sign this guy. After a while, they were like, yeah, thanks for coming, bro. The thing is, everybody tries to make it about Messi and Ronaldo, and Messi went to PSG, and it's just, can he do? One's gone to a quote unquote harder league, or one's gone to an easier league. At the end of the day, it's just.
Would you? When you got a player like Messi or Ronaldo, would you keep them at all costs, or would you make the financially viable decision?
What do you mean?
As in, as they get older, they obviously still got some cachet. They obviously still got a big brand, but football-wise, they might not be what your team needs. Would you be the kind of manager who's like, look, they're very important to the club. We have to keep them, whatever they need on the re-signing. We just need to negotiate with that and get them back in? Or would you be like, look, it's no longer making sense for the club. Nobody's bigger than the club. We need to let them go.
It depends where you're at, man.
I mean,
I
they're
do.
both at big clubs already, so it's not like we're not talking about this club really needs them to sustain a legacy. They both have a legacy. I'm saying if you're the manager, you're tasked with that. Is your management style? Do you believe that nobody's bigger than the team, so anybody can go, or do you believe there's certain people you just need to hold on to?
I mean, yeah, man. When a player's done, he's done. Doesn't make there's a difference what you have, and sometimes keeping an old player around can hinder the development of younger players.
True.
So even Ronaldo coming to this Man United team, some players can react to it in a good way. Some players can halt their growth because they're gonna have to move out the way. So it can cause egos and whatnot. But I believe when a player's done, he's done, and you should know that. Messi and Ronaldo are not done. But this is the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where those two are playing. Football is one good thing about sport is this. The best team always wins. So it doesn't matter who you're stacked with. The best team would win.
You think so?
100%.
Even with bad decisions from referees and all of that kind of stuff.
That's all part of football. It all evens itself out across the season. You might miss a penalty today. Someone's going to miss a penalty against you the other day, regardless of the referee's decisions. The best team. There's never a team that won a league that wasn't the best team that season. Never.
Fair play. I'll give you that. Over a course of, you know.
You play everybody in the league.
Yeah.
Like the Champions League.
38 games.
Yeah.
Over 38 games, yeah.
Right.
You can even stuff out. When you say the best team always wins, I was thinking about in terms of a match. Like, I think there are matches where the better team drew or lost. But
here's the thing.
Over the course of 38 games,
when a good team, a big team plays a small team, and that big team lost, it's because that small team was the better team. They were doing what they were trying to play as individuals, or just not sticking to the game plan, or underestimating these young cats.
Yeah.
And they took advantage of that. They were the better team.
You looking forward to the World Cup?
I'm not looking forward to it in terms of I've not really thought. It's next year.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Qualifiers have started. That's what I mean. So it's like
the qualifiers.
Yeah. As in England's already played. What?
You think I watch internet? You think I watch England qualifiers?
Maybe that's what I'm asking. Are you interested in that?
In what? From whose perspective? From the perspective of England.
I'm saying, is this something that you get into? Like,
when it comes round, yeah. Like, but that's next year, bruh.
But you only get in once you're like.
If Nigeria
qualify, not qualifiers.
I'm watching. If Nigeria qualify, I'm following Nigeria. If they don't qualify, I watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
I watch it for the football.
All
but
right.
no, I probably look for the team. Like, obviously Brazil for nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking with the Dutch team right now.
Okay.
Really good, talented team. Germany have a talented team. Spain have a talented team. France, England have the
best team they've had in a while.
Not really, no.
I think that's the best team they've had in a while.
Nah, this is not the best team they've had in a while. Did England have a good set of youngsters, but not a great coach?
So who do you think is the best team that they've had over the past 20 years?
What?
No, let's say 10 years because I want to go that far.
20 years, you mean? Yeah, 20 years is fine.
No,
because if you think about it, that's like 96.
Because I'm saying best team they've had in a while. If you're talking about a team 10 years ago, I'd probably say that's a while ago now.
But there's players in this team that were in the team 10 years ago, no?
No.
Pickford. It depends on how you look at it, man. Because, right, so are you saying Harry Kane's better than Wayne Rooney or Daniel Sturridge?
No, best team, not the individual players.
Oh, as in as a team, as a collective?
Team. Yeah.
See, the thing with England is this. They have a good team or a bad manager. They never really have a bad team. They just have a bad manager. He doesn't have to play them.
Okay.
So
when did they have a good manager? Who was a good manager?
Terry Venables.
That's what, Euro 96?
Yeah.
Was he good or was just Alan Shearer good?
What kind of question is that? You think Alan Shearer was the one that ran all the plays?
By the way, I don't know if the goals, like, I obviously I don't remember Euro 96 like that. But what I'm saying is that, like, you can have a good striker. That doesn't mean that the plays were all working or whatever it is. It just means the striker was on job. And
who creates for the striker?
To be honest, I think maybe this is a wider point about football, and maybe this is something that I don't get. But I don't always understand how that much either good or bad is given to the coach. I think the coach does an important job, but I think at the end of the day, when you get out there, your ability to score or defend.
Yeah, but who do you think
is
creates
gonna
those
be-
plays for your ability to score?
I think.
So you
I
think?
think the
Hold
coach
on,
is gonna
I put it
create
to you like
plays.
this. I put it to you like this.
But I'm saying that.
I put it like this. You see, when Messi won all those trophies,
Yeah.
and when Barcelona were a crazy team, that was down to Pep Guardiola. He's the one that said, "I'm going to play Messi as a false nine now." He's the one that says we're going to hold the ball. We're going to keep the ball so that defending's not an issue. You can't get to my defense if you can't get the ball off of us.
Okay.
So he created a passing ethos.
I'm not saying that coaches aren't important.
Mm.
But I'm saying, let's say you were just saying that Gareth Southgate wasn't. You don't think he's
not a good manager. No,
All right,
not a
so
great manager.
Let's say Messi was in the England team right
Yeah.
now, and he scored a bunch of goals with
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate as the manager.
Yeah,
Right. Would you say that makes Gareth Southgate a good manager?
depends on how they play. Because Kane scores a bunch of goals for England, I still don't think Gareth Southgate's a good manager.
Okay, but so what I'm saying is, when you're going back to Terry Venables, when I asked you, was he a good manager or was Alan Shearer a good striker?
Terry Venables was a very good manager. Shearer had
okay.
nothing to do with that.
All right, fair play. That's what,
Are
that's
you
what I was
crazy?
asking. When you seemed confused at my question. My question was based around the fact that sometimes you can get good results even though the manager's okay or
That's
not
not true.
necessarily amazing.
You won't win. You won't win.
I mean, they didn't win Euro '96 either. So
They lost some penalties to Germany. What I'm saying is, if they didn't have a good manager, they wouldn't
sounds
get
like
to Germany.
Southgate, but except he was in the finals.
But what's it called? Yes, Southgate was in the finals, but one, it wasn't because of outstanding play. It wasn't because they were blowing teams away. It was very pragmatic. He was very cautious. The football wasn't the best. It wasn't like, there was an ethos beside it other than don't lose. It was very pragmatic. That's why they lost. Because against Italy, he decided to only make 2 changes in the last minute of stoppage time. Whereas a
but
good manager would know.
Previously, you made the point that the best team wins, right?
Yes.
So for them to basically be runners out to come second, they must, over the course of a tournament, they must have been the second best team.
Not really, no, because they didn't play the best teams. In a tournament, it's different from a league. A tournament you can
in the league
avoid.
you play everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
league,
yeah.
you play everybody. So that's the barometer
But they
of the best team.
they still played Germany along the way and did
Spain,
damage.
Italy beat Belgium and Spain back to back. Those are the 2 best. Spain, after Italy, it was probably Belgium that were the best team. France as well got knocked out to Switzerland. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, England's road to the quarterfinals, they beat Ukraine, and then they beat Denmark, which is different from Belgium, which is different from Spain and Belgium. That's why I'm surprised England lost in the final, because Italy had played the 2 best teams you would never want to get to a final. There was Spain were trying to kill them, but they couldn't finish. So that's why Italy were able to ride it out. Right, Italy were able to ride it out and won on penalties. By that time they got to
Churchill had a
England,
bit of a fancy league, and my team was Spain.
by the time they got to England, they were tired. But they were running on E. And here's the thing: Mancini made the right moves. It's a chess game.
Yeah,
You got to know when to make the right subs, and he made them all before extra time.
yeah.
Now, this is why I said I don't think Southgate's a good manager. You have an agent, you have a team. Bonucci's 34, Chimney's 36. The experience is incredible, which is why they can play high-level football. But the bodies doesn't lie. You have Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford and Greenish on the bench. Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford should have come on and make him run at these players, because he didn't want to take the risk. So he kept them for penalties, and it backfired, because he could have won, and we'll just be saying something different. But even if he had won, I still don't think he's a good manager. You can always tell a good manager versus a team running on talent.
So you think the only reason why England got to the finals in the Euros was because they had an easy run?
Everything worked in their favour. They only played 2 games away from Wembley. Every other game was in Wembley. They had the easiest side of the draw. So they were able to, same as the World Cup, they were able to avoid so many big teams. But they came against 2 quality teams in both tournaments. Actually, 3 quality teams in both tournaments. In the World Cup, they came against Belgium and Croatia, and they lost to both. In this one, they came against Italy, and they lost on pens.
But they dispatched Germany very comfortably. Well, not
Germany was a
comfortably,
terrible.
but very well.
That's That's fine. That's fine. But that
Yeah,
German. Can I just tell you this? That German team was never going to win the tournament.
Okay, but you like when we were just talking about teams that you're excited about. You said Germany got a lot of talent there.
Got talent coming through now because they had to get rid of that whatever they took to the Euros.
How do you know what's coming up?
Didn't you watch?
No, I don't.
I follow, but I don't see.
There's
People like
someone
you,
that's not excited. Like you say you're
no,
not excited.
but what I'm
you
saying
know
is,
who
I
who's
watch.
coming up in
No,
the
but I
German
watch
team.
for. I play FIFA and I watch for talent in football.
Okay.
So Germany have a Nigerian kid,
Okay.
Karim Adeyemi. He's going to be playing for Germany,
Of course, man. My guy wants to
which
play.
breaks my heart. But he's in there.
My guy said I want my kit to arrive on time. So
He's in there. You know, it's Spain, France have this kid called Camavinga. But these are young players that are all coming through, so I get excited about them.
yeah.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is when you have if England had a better manager, they'd have won that tournament.
You know, like how in the US they have like the college football, and that's how you even high school football and high school basketball. You can start to see the talent from there. If they started doing that here, like secondary school football and so, would you watch it to see who the talent's gonna be? So, I mean, you're saying you watch.
We don't have a sport culture like that in America. We don't have a sporting mindset like America. That's all capitalism in America.
Of course it is, but it's clearly they've managed to capitalize on something because people clearly love the community of it.
Remember, we actually have.
We actually have leagues though. To be fair, all the way
Yeah.
from like Sunday league all the way up to like.
No one watches Sunday leagues on television. You can't
Yeah.
televise a Sunday league.
Yeah.
People are just not going to watch it.
But people go out to
To
go
watch-
and
to
watch
support.
it. Yeah, to support.
And which is better than actually trying to put it on TV because then people won't go to the grounds no more.
Yeah, no, I respect that. No, it's a different culture.
And
I
also, if you
respect
think about it, it's a different culture. If you think about it, we have what 4 leagues.
Yeah,
So you got league, you got non-league, which doesn't get
yeah,
Then you got League One, League 2, League One. Then you got the Championship. Then you got the Premier League,
yeah,
which generates the most of the viewership.
yeah.
But I
yeah,
do
respect
believe
it.
you can have great players, but you need a great manager to execute that. So, for instance, people think Man City have an amazing worth of talent. You take away Pep Guardiola and you put someone like maybe my manager, Steve Bruce, he's not winning the league.
Fair play.
He might be able to get to the last stages because he's got a lot of talent, but the better manager will outfox him.
Fair play. Fair
And
play.
that's the beauty of management. Like we don't give them enough respect.
Yeah. All right. I'll take your
Think
your,
about
your
it, Man
point.
City had
But
not
I
lost a game
always-
for 2 years.
I always look at it. The reason why I say it, I think I'm coming at it more from the negative side because whenever like a team starts losing and they're like, oh, you know, Ole out or you know Wenger out or whoever it is, I'm always like, man, allow him, man. Like my guy was doing all right 2 minutes ago when you won. Why now that you've lost? You've seen the goalkeeper fumble the ball into the goal. Now you blaming the coach. The goalkeeper made a mistake. Like that happens. That's on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but when you've lost 5 games in a row, though,
Yeah, but come on, man. The players might not be on point.
whose fault's that?
That's that. Yeah. Being a manager is tough. To be fair,
Of course it is.
like it's one thing to play FIFA, but
But
all you men that play Football Manager are
don't they
on
say
another level.
to whom much is given, much is expected? I give
Yeah.
you all these players. I expect you to win.
yeah, of course,
You know,
of course.
it's like you
It's
go into a
it's a
show.
mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. You have to be like the buck stops with me, and I'm going to make the best of what I have. Like you, because trying to blame your players or trying to blame the situation and so on isn't gonna run. And every Premier League owner is gonna expect a certain amount of success, and the truth is only one team can win, and so for a team like Arsenal, for example, who expect to win, every year they don't win, it's like, yeah, you didn't take anything home, no trophies for you, blah blah blah. But the truth is, it's one team out of 20 teams that's gonna win the Premiership. Like it's tough.
People misunderstand fans. Well, people misunderstand it though, because I don't think it's not that the Arsenal fans expect to win; they expect to compete. All right,
Yeah.
especially when they've had their. It's like this: if you got married in the first 5 years of your marriage, you were living in Mayfair,
Yeah.
eating out in the most expensive restaurants, Bentley's pulling up to the house and everything.
Yeah.
You going up to the LA parties, then after that, you start going to. I'm not even saying no. You just start going to Park Lane now. She's like, but why are we in Park Lane? Oh, baby, we just seeing what Park Lane is saying. Okay, next Park Lane slide. This when you start venturing to Marble Arch. Before you know it, we in West End. And still not bad, you know.
Yeah.
But we've gone from Mayfair to West End.
Yeah.
You start to say to yourself, Ola out.
Then you're in Kensington.
Right.
Then, you know.
No, Kingston's still nice.
it's
You're from
Kennington.
West End. Then you try and squeeze in Angel. It's still vibrant.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you took Tola to Angel, now she'd be like,
Yeah.
you trying to get something tonight, huh?
Yeah.
But if you've gone from Mayfair to Angel, she looking at this. Oh, you ain't trying to fuck no more. Oh, you trying to kiss this pussy goodbye, huh? You fuck around and pull her to Dalston. Oh, she's divorcing. Right there and there on the table. We gone.
And
that's Arsenal's problem.
I
I remember I've supported Newcastle since a teenager.
Yeah.
I understand what it is to support a football club.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, you support it's my cousin said to me, football's all about winning, and I was like, no, it's not. It's not, because if it was all about winning, we wouldn't watch football. We wouldn't support clubs that we know have no chance of winning.
Yeah. So what is football about then, in your opinion?
You know what it is, Ola? It's a religion, man.
Wow.
It is. It's a feeling.
I can't lie. I agree with you on that.
Yes, people go every Sunday. They wear the kit. They
Yeah.
prepay offering.
They sing the
They
songs.
do
They
prepay
raise
offering,
their hands up.
and then they do offering inside the building. They
Of
put their
course.
hands up and sing.
Yeah.
When the pastor comes to the pulpit and scores, what do? Mercy, mercy. Then we go home. Oh, we're happy for the week.
Yeah. It's definitely.
And so
it's a religion.
that's the beauty of it. Now, if your team fucks around and wins a trophy, takes you on a cup journey where it's against Man United and your sidewalk FC, you ain't even got a stadium, and you manage to beat the Goliath, the David and Goliath story happens.
Yeah.
You live a dream. You might not even make the final, but the fact you beat Man United, then the Man United players will come into the dressing room and give you their jerseys just to remind you that I'm famous and you're not. You know what they should do when the team comes in and gives them their jerseys? Man, fuck your jerseys, man. We just beat you. So football is more than just unfortunately, it's more than just a game.
Yeah, I see what you mean in terms of religion. I definitely feel like it's theatre. It's theatre. That's what it is. It's people coming for working class theatre, and there's obviously different rules from like regular acting in terms of the theatre, but there is an element to which I think it tells the story of the day, and I think people find and draw meaning from it. Like when they do see a David and Goliath thing, they do extract a meaning that says, look, the small guy can win, and then they take that out into their life, or they see a player return and then they
right.
The good guy's coming back at the end.
They showed that Ronaldo scored, Jesse Lingard scored.
Yeah.
And when Ronaldo was in the team, Lingard was a school kid. And they had a picture of Ronaldo, when you go and shoot the school kids. And then they showed the picture of him celebrating with him.
Man.
You can inspire a world with that.
Of course.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, man. It's storytelling, man. It's fantastic.
It is storytelling. Because you can tell a kid, that could be you one day. Now, you should also tell the kid, now the chances are 0.00002.
You show him another picture next to it, like, you see, this kid didn't make it. This kid is in pen right now.
Yo. Imagine showing the Lingard kid, and then you show where Lingard is now. And you're like, oh my God, I could make it. And you show him this kid, we couldn't even find this motherfucker.
This one called COVID, and is currently coughing right now. So
can you imagine? That's not the only picture. This kid.
This kid's just alright. Like, he's playing Sunday League
on the run. We can't even find him. This kid, we went to the house, no comment, and he closed the door on us. And that's the beauty of life, the paradox of life. That one picture can show you everything that's possible, and another picture could show you why you shouldn't even bother.
If you had a chance to speak to one of these youngsters who got scouted early, got taken to a team on their way up, and then their whole dream got shattered, whether they just got dropped, whether they got injured, whatever it is, and their concept of the world is complete. Like they've been in touching distance of it. They've had a taste of some of the money, the success, the accolades, and now it's all gone. What would you tell them?
You got to understand, man. Life is a journey. and everything tells its own story. There's a reason for. You can make reason out of so many things. The key thing is, obviously, you're gonna feel that disappointment.
Yeah.
But if you can understand, life is about disappointment. It's not about being disappointed. It's how you handle disappointment. Greatness comes from how you handle failure. There's not anybody in this world who achieved without tasting that bitter taste of failure. Michael Jordan tasted failure and he said to himself, I don't want that taste again. Why did I miss that shot? You're not strong enough. They're bullying you on the court. I'm going to hit the gym. So it's never a case of if you got dropped by your dream club, yep, you might not have been good enough for that dream club, but you can still play football. You can still use what you've learned to move on to something else. You just have to be willing to understand that that chapter is not there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like us, for instance. We're in comedy.
Yeah.
We're not on TV. We're not in the it crowd, if you like, if you want to say. But you can't look at that. You got to understand. Well, where's your crowd? Where's your writing at?
Yeah.
What is? Have you tried your sketches? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? You use your skill to find out where you belong. And case in point, the owner of Wigan, I think his name was Dave Whelan, was a football player, and he broke his leg in the FA Cup final for Wigan. I'm not sure if they won it or not, but for Wigan to win an FA Cup final is very rare.
Yeah.
Then, fast forward there, now they go to the Premier League. That was a miracle already. That was the well done Whelan. He became the chairman of Wigan Football Club.
Yeah.
That was the well done. They ended up getting to the final of the FA Cup where they beat Man City with Martinez. They got relegated that year, but they said, we won the FA Cup. And he was able to win a trophy that he played in a final and broke his leg. Now, if he had sat down
Look at storytelling, man.
right, and he never played football after that. Because back then, when you broke your leg back then, where's the rehabilitation?
They take you back to pasture and shoot you in the head, bro.
They took him back to the docks, going, load those ships. So, the greatest footballers, you might think you're the best footballer. You might think you deserve to be in the Premier League, but so does 300 billion people on earth. And not all of us can make it. However, again, Tyrone Lue is a basketball player. Played for the Lakers. Won a championship with the Lakers. Wasn't starting, part of the team. Yeah. His famous highlight was him getting crossed out of his sneakers by Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson hits the jump shot, and then he falls down, and Iverson looks at him and walks right over him. That was the highlight of Tyler Rue's career. And by the way, did I just mention, he's won a championship. We don't want to hear that. Yeah, but why did you let Iverson walk all over you? Fast forward, he wins the NBA championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, coaching LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving.
Wow.
He's won it as a player. He's won it as a coach. Iverson hasn't got any rings. I'm not saying that to slate him. I'm just saying it's how you want to tell your own story.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's,
so you might
that's a
think
big deal.
it's end for me now.
Yeah.
Why? You got to look for the next move. If you've played football, that means what? You have a knowledge of it. Go and learn some coaching badges. Mourinho did not play football, bro. He was an announcer for Barcelona. He was a translator for Bobby Robson. Because Bobby couldn't speak Spanish. They had a lot of Spanish players. Mourinho's the translator. From there, he starts to develop his knowledge of football. Gets a little lucky here and there. I want to coach this, want to coach that. Boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, he wins the Champions League. Now he's the special one. Wenger didn't play football. So many great coaches were just average footballers, but they became great coaches. So there's always an avenue.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Southgate's going to go down as a...
Southgate missed the penalty.
Yeah.
He's still not a good manager, but he's able to manage England. And there's just so many, and that's just life. The actor who didn't get the lead role. I used to watch Happy Days.
Yeah.
You know, Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days. The Fonz was the coolest character on the show. Yeah. Richie was Ron Howard. It was like, okay, but he was the ginger guy. Boom. Ron Howard's one of the greatest directors. You know?
Yeah. That's really, really good advice, actually, man. I think I even sat down and proper took time to deep it because, you know, it does apply to us as well that, you know, you can put so much hope in something that doesn't work out. You have to, how you deal with disappointment is way more important than anything else.
And
really.
Disappointment itself. I remember when I was in drama school.
Even sometimes even more than winning, because sometimes the wins that you're collecting for yourself, they're not really even.
Well, was it Serena that said, "I hate losing more than I love winning"?
Wow.
She said, "I hate losing more than I love winning."
Wow.
She hates losing.
That must be torturing, though.
That is because you can't. But she's also gracious in defeat. But what they're saying is that taste of defeat.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant hated to lose.
Yeah. You can
I
see.
don't like to lose. Hey, it pisses me off, bro. Knowing I lost, blood. Why did we lose? Why? Yeah, but we won 25 games in a row. Yeah, but we lost this one, innit?
Are you happy about Emma Raducanu?
Am I happy about her?
Yeah. 'Cause I know you like tennis.
I like Serena and Venus.
Okay, you like Serena.
And I'm ashamed to say it, man.
You're ashamed?
Since they fell off, since they stopped, I've just not watched female tennis since. I didn't even know this girl was. I didn't even know the US Open was on.
Bruh, I mean,
But
I only knew it when she got to the finals.
Congratulations to her. I will be watching. I will try and get back into it.
Okay.
But I can't lie. I only watch tennis because of the two black girls.
And they were dominating.
Oh, they were making me so proud.
Since I was in school.
So now when I see these other black girls and they can't get past them, I get angry. So I just had to let it go. Djokovic, could have passed Federer and Nadal, but it's not easy out here.
It's not easy at all, man. To dominate for such a long period of time is not easy. It's not easy.
And that's why I said, it's always going to come to an end.
Yeah, man. That makes sense.
Can you imagine what it's like for them? Can you imagine when I saw Vince Carter, who could fly? At one point, I said, this guy can fly. Then I saw him later when he was like 39. I saw him do a layup. I said, God damn, layup, nigga. And these kids showed no respect. Just
They
say
tried
no.
to do the finger roll off the backboard.
It wasn't even the underarm layer. It was the gentle, I'm doing the fundamentals.
You have to get back to the fundamentals, man. Fundamentals always fundamental.
That was just when you realize, man. Or when you're
Reminds me when you told me like you saw Adina Howard doing freak like
the first time I saw that video, when she was in the prime, she came in some little red jumpsuit with the booty shorts. Her and the two dancers, they got on the ground, they were twerking and everything. I was like, I saw when she didn't even come out with dancers. She just came out, told the DJ, play the song quickly.
Let me lay a lit. Let me go lay down. Actually.
But it was, Pepper from Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
No, Salt. She's married and she's married to she's born again Christian. She got church family type thing.
She's now the light and salt of the world.
So they said they were trying to bring them back to come and do shoot. She was like, I don't know if I want to be doing them songs, man. She's like, because one of the lines is this. The line, what's up with that thing? I want to know. How does it hang? Hold up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. She was like, I don't want to be saying, what's up with that thing?
Yeah.
I want to know, how does it hang? My husband's thing is the only thing I'm concerned with. So I had to change it to, what's up with that thing? I want to know, can we hang?
Yeah. When you grow up in church, as a church kid, and you like music from the world, the amount of remixes you do in your head or out loud when you want to enjoy it, but you don't want to get in trouble or you don't want to feel like you're being sinful. It's actually mad creative. It's like writing for Kids Bop. Have you ever seen Kids Bop? Kids Bop. Okay. They as a dad, I guess that's probably one of the reasons why, but they're kind of famous on social media as well, because as soon as like a hit song comes out, they do like a version for kids performed by kids. And so like you can imagine like a popular song by Drake, for example, has got a couple lines in there, and the Kids Bop writer's always got to like rework it round for something that's kids friendly. So you see memes like, when the Kids Bop writers heard WAP, and you see the guy stressed out, trying to figure out how to remix. But that's what they will do. They'll take a song like WAP and then like turn it into like something really kid friendly. But anyway, like, I remember at church, we're just doing remixes. Like we did the Jackson 5, I Want You Back, but like it was like, oh Jesus, give me one more chance.
Been there, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you remixing everything to try and make it gospel, bro.
The thing is this,
gospel remix
to all the kids going through that, that tussle, play the most explicit version of that album you can find and free yourself from pointless years of torment.
Nah, it's good, man. It's good. It's good to be conscientious about what you listen to.
Oh hell no! When my kids are growing up, they're getting
You
Parks
playing them
first
Hellraiser.
early doors. Early doors. This here is good music.
In nursery, when they're singing nursery rhymes, they're gonna be
Nursery.
like, born
Thugging,
thugging, heartless and mean,
bugging,
bugging 16.
Yeah. Your parents, you get called into school. Your son was so. It's real raps, baby girl.
Nah, they call you in. They say, "Oh, your son was rapping. Oh, what was he rapping? Biggie. What?
No, that's
What?
good.
Biggie?
No, if he said
Biggie, we
I'd be
do
like
park
this.
in this house.
I'll be like this. That's my son. If he said, what was he rapping? Mace. What? No,
Nah,
I'm
don't
fucking
do Mace like that, man.
If he said Chingy, what?
Don't do Chingy like that. Chingy had a couple hits, bro. Yeah, but if your kid is rapping Chingy,
That's how I see explicit music. Coming to Chingy. Will Smith's first albums.
what you doing at the Holiday Inn?
Will Smith's first album, anything like that. Will Smith is naturally funny.
Yeah, but he's not stand up.
No.
He's not stand up.
He could have been, though. He just didn't develop that skill.
Yeah, to be fair, he seems like somebody who could do pretty much anything he puts his mind to. I feel like he could. He could have like put the work
Actually, you
in.
know what? I agree.
To be fair, so I showed Jamie Foxx to someone. This is like Jamie Foxx stand up. I showed somebody stand up like when we were in uni times, and they were like, I get the sense that like he learned how to do this, and it was interesting to hear somebody who's not a comedian and not that much of a comedy fan say that. But you know, when somebody is that like talented and they do multiple things, there is an element to which they must have gone to like train. They can't just naturally be good at all of these things. They must have a certain amount
But
of
they're
work
not
rate.
naturally good at all of those things, though.
Exactly. So
Because
that's what I'm
Jamie Foxx
saying.
is not naturally good at stand-up.
So that's what I'm saying. So that observation was quite adept. That he's
Oh, yeah,
clearly
because
worked on this.
But there's three things. There's always like a triple threat or whatever. But you're a jack of all trades. But you're a master of none.
Jamie Foxx. I don't think you can put Jamie Foxx down as a master.
He's not a master of any of them.
You don't think he's mastered? Like, I mean, he has a Grammy, doesn't he? No, not Grammy. Sorry.
You think Grammy is the depiction of
Oscar.
mastery? You think Grammy is a depiction of mastery because you won a Grammy
I was gonna say he's got an Oscar though, right? It's not a Grammy.
as an actor, yeah. But even that's not a depiction of mastery. Just because you have won an Oscar doesn't mean you're a great actor. Just means you won an Oscar.
It means you're a movie star. I
Yeah,
get
it
that,
just means you
but-
won an Oscar. It doesn't mean you're a great actor. If you said 10 great actors off your top of your head, you won't mention Jamie Foxx. Samuel Jackson's never won an Oscar. So that's besides the point. My point is, I don't think he is a master musician where you'd say Stevie Wonder. I don't think he's a master comic where you'd say Patrice O'Neal.
Not master musician.
I don't think he's a
but
master actor where you'd say Denzel Washington. That's what
He's
I
a
mean.
fantastic singer.
But doesn't make you make great music though. There's a lot of fantastic singers. Silk are fantastic singers. There's so many fantastic singers.
Yeah, true. Fair play.
It's your music we judge, not your singing. So let's judge his music, his
So
albums.
you really put him in Jack of all trades, master of none.
When I say, and
Because the thing is
by the way, let me say that very lightly. What I'm saying, I'm not disrespecting Jamie Foxx by saying that. I'm just saying when you strip each one of them down, his stand-up comedy, he's very funny, but his stand-up comedy is not the best.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're not gonna put him with Pryor or any of those cats there. But very funny guy, very entertaining.
Yeah.
He's singing. He's amazing off the cuff with the pianos and the comedy shows.
Yeah.
But his albums are not. As a solo artist, as an R&B artist, he's not fucking with Usher.
Yeah.
In terms of music. When I go
Yeah.
to acting, he's very good at impersonations, playing people. So that's why with Ray, because Jamie Foxx can impersonate people.
Yeah.
But when it goes to original characters,
Yeah.
a lot of his movies are subpar. So I could, for instance, when you watch Fingy act, what's his name? Don Chiedu. You just know this guy chose acting.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to balance all three.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a master of all three. If you're that person that has that triple threat, usually some of them are lacking.
Michael Jackson, fantastic singer, fantastic dancer.
Terrible
Terrible
actor.
movie maker. Oh my goodness. Have you ever
Terrible.
gone back and rewatched Moonwalker?
But he's not a good actor though, is he?
He's not. That's my
But he
point.
made it for
It's
his fans,
terrible.
though.
And he like the movie is his concept.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie makes no sense.
No.
No, it's amazing to watch how somebody that creatively talented can make
As
such
a
a
musician.
terrible movie.
As a
Exactly.
musician.
Yes, I know.
Not as a filmmaker.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the part.
And by the way, he didn't make the film. He just had the vision for it. Hollywood made the film.
Of course, Hollywood made the film. What I'm saying is that you can
But the
tell
film was perfectly perfect for Michael Jackson.
he had creative control over this, right?
I doubt it.
I think he did.
Michael Jackson had
because
creative control. Who has creative control in life?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he didn't have creative control.
Michael Jackson was literally making whatever he wanted. Like
I don't think he was
like the
making
label
whatever he
told him
wanted.
that we ain't got a budget for
You know what? I
for the Thriller
disagree
video.
because
And he was
Michael
like, I wanna
Jackson
make the
told
full
his.
thing.
I disagree because Michael Jackson told his nieces and nephews. You know that song? Why does Monday come after Tuesday?
Okay.
3T.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be for Michael. Babyface waiting for Michael, and he said, "Sony are telling me I have to take one of these songs off. Either You Are Not Alone for preaching about R. Kelly or Why." And he was like, "I can just give you Why." So I don't think he was just doing whatever he wants.
He definitely had issues with Sony.
Yeah,
He
but he's
said
always been
Tommy
with Sony.
Mottola's the devil.
So you think for the film he had creative?
But I'm saying for the film, and Michael did more of what he wanted than I think anyone had at that time, because the
Prince
reason
did that though.
Prince did as well, but Prince went, had his own issues with the labels and had to go independent.
Prince was
So-
bananas.
absolutely nuts.
Prince had a factory where it was making clothes 24/7.
Wow.
Called the Rip, and they were like, "This is not conducive." And Prince's issue was he'd make an album,
Yeah.
and I'm talking a genius album.
Yeah.
The record label want to make enough. They want to make sure track 13 gets coins. What does Prince want to do? I've made another album. I want to go and start touring that. Yo. We ain't made 300 million. Prince will release the album. The fans forget that album and on to this. So they thought, okay, let's go with this. What's Prince gonna done? I've written another album, yo. I didn't realize that. The label like this. Stop making albums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mad in it, but yeah, I understand.
But
What
I
you
was
mean,
just
Michael
saying,
Jackson, but
with Michael, like when he wanted to do, when he was like, I want to do like a half an hour short film concept for Thriller. The label was like, no, there's no budget for that. We ain't doing that, and he paid for it himself.
no, not for Thriller. For Thriller.
For Thriller, yeah.
Okay.
That movie where he goes to the
Okay,
they go on a
yeah,
date,
yeah.
blah blah blah, all of that stuff. Like that was all financed by him because the label was telling him, no, he was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like so,
I respect that.
I respect that. So yeah, Michael is a trailblazer in many ways, but like to see somebody who's such a genius when it comes to music and moving his body. And then to be like, this guy put together a movie in which he turns
but come
into
on, man.
a panther, he turns into a
There's
car,
no
he
way
turns
you
into
could
a
have expected
robot.
to Michael Jackson to put out a good movie. There's no way. It's just no way. Because it's not his talent. You know?
I mean, to be honest, it was literally a point where he could have literally done anything. He could have put out a video of him just like in a white t-shirt and white shorts on a white background, standing there for 20 minutes, and most of us would be like,
Eddie
wow.
Murphy put out. He's a triple threat guy: stand up, comedy, and music.
But the music's not mastered. He hasn't mastered music. He had Party All the Time.
Yeah, and that was a masterpiece, by the way. Just a fun song.
Yeah. So yeah, he didn't. So again, he didn't master it all.
No,
I would say stand up.
would you say he mastered stand up?
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Stand up.
I'll give it to him. He mastered it. He mastered it.
No, he didn't.
To drop two
That's like
specials-
saying, yeah, but
two
that's like
specials
okay,
that were
but that's
that
like saying,
influential.
but that's like saying if Kobe Bryant had retired because he won 3 rings by the time he was 21, but
Yeah.
he hadn't mastered basketball. That wasn't a great, if he had stepped out of the
3
basketball
rings
game,
at 21, you would say that guy hasn't mastered the sport.
No, he hadn't. By the time he won the second 2 rings at 28, he had mastered the sport by then.
But that's only because you have the hindsight to see that now.
But
if
we
found
stop
out
at
3
21, we
rings,
will have the hindsight. If we stop at 21, 22, we will have the hindsight.
you wouldn't have said he had mastered
I would say
basketball.
no, no, hell no. I'd watch him play. You think if Messi had stopped at that point at 22, I said he's mastered football? Hell no. You couldn't stop then. You think if Ronaldo stopped at Man United,
So
he'd
wait,
have been master?
how is Eddie Murphy on so many people's top 10 stand-ups and you're saying he hasn't mastered stand-up?
Top 10 stand-ups.
Yeah. And all the comics are like, this guy's the guy.
I don't care what comics say. That could be whatever.
No, but I'm saying even fans.
Yeah, but that's
are
fans
like,
though. I'm asking you. I'm not asking you what fans are saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying you think he mastered stand-up.
I'm looking at the impact this guy had with 2 specials.
Okay, but did he master the art of stand-up? Would you say he's a stand-up master? Because when you say when you put a list of comics,
I don't think he mastered it in the sense that, like, you know, when someone's come up in the clubs and like right now they can drop in the club and like work out a set, and like I don't think he's mastered it in that sense.
He stopped at 22.
Yeah, but I think what he managed to do between he stopped at 22.
Delirious was 22. Sorry, Raw was 22, wasn't it?
Delirious was 21. No, Delirious was 22.
Was 22.
I'm 22.
Yeah.
He said 22-year-old black man can stand here grabbing his nuts. So Raw must have been after that. And he stopped in his 20s, let's say. He stopped in his 20s. But what I'm saying is...
Ooh. Thing is 75. 87.
Who?
Raw.
Raw was in 87?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. So Raw's as old as me.
Really?
I was born in 87.
It was 26 at Raw.
He was 26 at Raw.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically mid-20s, he hits his mid-20s, and he's dropped 2 of the greatest specials. That when you're lining up specials in terms of the different metrics, in terms of
2 of the greatest, I agree. 2 great
and
specials.
Yeah.
That's not enough for master though. Would you say 2 good albums are enough to give you Rap God? 2 good albums?
Nah. Not in albums. Not in albums.
That's what it is though.
Not in albums.
It's comedy albums though.
All right, okay, all right. I take that back then. I think I'm caught up in the Eddie hype.
Well, and you know what it is, Ola. You know what it is, Ola. Yeah, you know what it is though.
Eddie's not a master
right.
of
And you know what it is.
stand-up.
No, but you know what it is though. People hear that and think we're saying he's not funny.
No. We're not even arguing whether he's funny or not.
That's what I'm saying. People hear that and think we're disrespecting.
Because he's so impactful. Like he's one of the comedians that I was not even just watching,
but not just
listening
for
to.
stand up though. This was for movies as well.
I mean, we don't want to get into the movies,
but that's what adds to the greatness.
Because he's my favorite actor.
Right, but
yeah,
your favorite actor.
Yeah, he's my favorite
forget
actor.
that. But my point is, the reason why we say master is because of the movies as well.
Yeah.
Because of the Saturday Night Lives. Yeah. Because of the sketches. Because of the characters. Not the stand-up only. We're talking of stand-up here.
But to be honest, I wasn't even exposed to the Saturday Night Live and so on. I had seen the movies, yes.
I'd seen the movies before I saw the stand-up.
But what I'm saying is the stand-up is what had the most impact on me.
On you, but that's not what had the most impact on the world. His most impact on the world was the movies. Beverly Hills Cop, The Trading Places, and The Coming to Americas. That's what made him a star. By the time he did Delirious, he was already a star.
You telling me he did Beverly Hills Cop before 22?
Yes.
That's mad.
That's when, remember they were promoting the movie. He did Trading Places before that. What you talking about?
Yeah, he looked mad young in Trading Places.
He looked mad young in Trading Places.
To be fair, yeah.
Look at let me see Trading Places as a year.
Wow, this guy's...
And Golden Child as well.
When you put it as two good albums to be a rap god. Oh, but wait a minute. Hold on, because we're saying that flippantly. How many albums Biggie got?
2.
And people hail him up as well. You don't
dead,
think he's one of the
dead.
great? I know, but what I'm saying is that...
Of course he didn't master rap. We didn't see his potential. He died at 24. He didn't master rap. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time, but you can't say he's gotten to the point where he mastered it. He died at 24.
This is confusing.
You can't master nothing at 24.
He man's one of the greatest rappers of all time, but also he didn't master rap. Like, that is...
He couldn't have, though. He couldn't have. Not by his own doing.
I know, I'm not blaming him. Obviously, I'm not blaming him. But I was saying that, let's say, you know, when you were talking about Kobe stopping after 3 rings, you were like, at that point, he still hadn't mastered the sport of basketball.
Hell no!
So I'm saying...
He still had Shaq. Shaq was MVP in that. He still hadn't mastered it.
All right, fair play. Because 2 albums, usually, like, 2 good albums, I don't give somebody, like, GOAT status. Though...
Oh, no. Master.
Master.
Because I give Eddie Murphy GOAT status. But if you ask me, did he master the art of stand-up as a stand-up comic, where I can say Doug Stanhope is? Hell no.
Yeah, but Dan Simon's a different type of comic.
Why?
Though.
Why? Tell me
Because
why.
that guy's a purist.
No. He's just a comic.
stand-up.
He's just a comic. They're all comics. Just because you managed to get TV and stuff like that, did you master to that level too?
Do you think Kevin Hart's mastered stand-up?
No, and not because he's got too much. He's a movie star, so it's not hard. It's too hard.
That's
for him
what I'm
to.
saying. I feel like you value somebody's mastery by them being pure.
No, but that's what everything is though. Remember, we said he's a movie star. The reason why Chris Rock is a master at stand-up is because he wasn't a good movie star. He wasn't a good actor. So he put his eggs into that basket.
You don't believe a man can master two crafts?
Who did?
Michael Jackson.
He didn't master two crafts.
You don't think he was a master in terms of dancer and music?
I don't think the dancing and the music was a separate. I don't think dancing was a separate craft. I don't see dancing as a separate craft.
Come on, there's so many great musicians
Jackson.
who can't dance like that.
I don't think there's a separate. I don't see dancing as a separate craft to Michael Jackson's music. Does that make any sense?
That's because he mastered both of them so well that you can say that.
But here's the thing, though. It's interesting if you look at it like that.
I think he was a stepper.
I think he was an amazing
musician.
I think he's one of the greatest dancers I've ever seen. He's a phenomenal dancer.
Yes,
and he's a phenomenal musician.
Yeah, that's mastering two crafts. You can't tell a man who dances, but you're not singing. Yeah, you're only doing half. Or tell a man who sings but doesn't dance, you're only doing half. That's a craft in itself. To drop the music he dropped, that's a craft. If he never danced, we might not enjoy it the same way, but he still would be a master.
You can't master two crafts. I said it's hard.
You said who did it, and I'm saying Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but you can do two. But you can master those two because they go hand in hand. Okay. He had to dance with his music.
Okay.
So he had to split the time between two.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can make 25 movies and not do stand up. Michael Jackson could not do an album and not dance.
He could do.
Which one?
Oh.
Which album was not about his dance moves?
That one with Earth Song on it. He man went dancing. I was holding on to two trees.
All I want to say, they don't really care about us.
Yeah, that was a really.
You didn't see that dancing.
Come on, bro. You don't remember that for the dancing, brother.
What about Scream?
Okay.
With Janet Jackson.
No, but
you see the routine they did.
Scream wasn't on the same album. Was that on the same album as?
History album. First of all, you can't talk to me about Michael Jackson because I grew up with Michael Jackson.
Alright, relax, brother. We get it. You're older than me, man. Chill.
You know, it's never older. It's still the same period.
I know.
Earth Song is on the same album as Scream and Thingy.
Okay, that was That's one of the greatest choreographies.
Which one?
When him and Janet Jackson hitting the steps together.
It was beastly.
It was clean. So maybe not history album.
You can't mention an album that Michael Jackson didn't dance, man. That he didn't try and pull out some kind of next move.
He didn't really pull out no next move on Invincible. Come on, man.
You see the movie he did with Rock My World, where he did the whole thing with the back and he pushes his back down and he does the tree walk. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but that was like Smooth Criminal Part 2.
But I had not seen that routine in any of his other work.
Okay, there's a new routine. Obviously, he's got new choreography.
I just said to you,
I'm saying that
Michael
album wasn't
Jackson
about
can't
him.
Make an album where he doesn't dance on it, and plus that's Michael Jackson at 50. You're talking about. I'm talking about the peak of his years. He was about the dancing.
He was dancing his ass
So
off.
he was a master of those two because they can go hand in hand. But we're talking of someone who's doing stand-up, acting, and singing.
It's very hard for someone to master stand-up and acting. Funny enough, I feel like even though those can be complementary, I think the acting, because there's so much money in acting, it probably just pulls you away. So you never actually focus on the craft of stand-up.
It's not so much money in acting. Depends on who you are as an actor.
Well,
Chris Rock is earning way more for stand-up than some motherfucker than done shade on them niggas.
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is that in general, I think in across the board, most guys who are great at stand-up, if they are great at acting as well, the acting will pull them away from the stand-up. Mm-hmm. And especially if they're making a lot of money doing acting. So they never actually mastered the stand-up because of the acting. So it's weird because those two, some people believe that they complement each other, but it seems like they're actually in competition with each other. But I think there are people who can master more than one craft. And Michael Jackson is the first example that comes to mind. And to be fair, like even then when we talk about someone like Stevie Wonder or whoever it is, like we just take for granted the fact that they can play instruments as well as sing. Like these are separate crafts, and even though they are complementary, yes, give it up to a man who can play piano as that well and who can sing that well. Like
yes, but
and who can write songs that well. Like
when you put that man against a person who has spent their life playing just the piano, you will see the difference. You will see the difference.
Okay, but even then, I don't know anyone who spent all their life not dancing, just singing, and I go, oh, they blow Michael Jackson out the water. And I don't know anyone who spent their life just dancing and not singing and say, oh, they blow Michael Jackson out the water. I think.
What do you mean? Would you say that again?
I'm saying that I don't know anyone who has focused on just one of the things that Michael Jackson did,
Singing.
whether dancing or singing, and blows him out the water.
In terms of what?
I think he's mastered.
Michael Jackson is
both.
not the greatest vocalist.
I'm saying he's he's a master of making music. You said we don't judge people on singing. You said the music.
But
that
what
they
you're
make.
saying, you said that's
saying-
you said. Hold on, if you're saying
I don't know.
so you're saying you're saying his music. You don't know anyone whose music blows his music out the water.
Yeah,
That's perspective, though.
yeah. Well, I
Because I think Stevie Wonder has better music. I
don't
think
think
Prince
it's-
has better music.
I think they can all sit together.
No. What
I
I'm
think they
saying
can all
to
sit
you is,
together. I don't
what I'm saying
think
to
anyone
you
could
is-
be like, oh, you didn't master
What I'm
music.
saying to you is,
look at
what I'm saying
Stevie
to
Wonder.
you
He
is,
mastered
Michael
music.
Jackson's a pop star. You understand?
He's an artist.
Michael Jackson's a pop star. He's a pop star. His music was popular music. It was pop music at the height. So
Okay.
I'm bad. So it didn't rely on lyrical ability. It relied on selling records heavily. Just what I'm saying.
But he had the ballads as well. Like it wasn't
Again, but if you look at Michael Jackson ballad versus a Stevie Wonder ballad, you can see the difference in terms of just the writing, the poetic nature of, because Stevie's a writer. This guy's, if you can't compare Overjoyed to any ballad Michael Jackson has made. You just can't. And Michael Jackson has great ballads, by the way, but I'm putting him up against someone who's a writer. So when you talk of Michael Jackson's music in terms of I'm bad, your butt is mine and stuff like that,
Yep.
that's hold on. That's great for selling records. But when you put it up against something like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye or just Sad Tomorrows or just the way they put their music out in terms of the substance behind it, there are people that you can say can blow him out the water. Not blow him out the water, but they will put his music to the test of time. Definitely. Even Prince. I think Prince made better music as substance, but Michael Jackson was the better pop star because Michael Jackson's music was straight to what pop was. That's why they call him the king of pop.
I don't doubt that he was a pop star. And I don't want to, first of all, I don't want to even make it seem like being pop is detrimental to being a master of your craft. I think it's, there's a certain, I guess, bad connotation with being pop that it's somehow, so manufactured and cheesy and so on. I said Michael Jackson is an artist because even though it was popular, it still had substance. It still had technical capability.
Yes, but when you see a song like
the
Heal the
skill
World,
Yeah.
and you're just like, who is this for? 2-year-olds, when you hear it now, there's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. You're like, get the fuck out of here, man. But that's
Okay.
different too. But that's his version of.
But that's like comparing
Hold on,
it to
hold on,
Stevie
hold on.
Wonder's Happy
That's-
Birthday.
that's
Like,
a-
what's this for? Kids or something?
He didn't
Like,
write Happy Birthday though.
the Stevie Wonder version of Happy Birthday.
It's not a Stevie Wonder. It's a song to Martin Luther King.
Wait, what?
Yes, that song's a tribute to Martin Luther King.
That Happy
Yes.
Birthday.
You just play at Nigerian parties. Have you heard the album? Have you heard the song?
That's the song I've heard.
Have you heard the lyrics? The first verse and the second verse. Do you know the first verse?
Never understood.
Okay. Sing it.
I don't know the
Does
lyrics
it sound like,
like
does it
that.
sound like he's singing about his nephew?
But I don't know who he's singing about.
It's
Saying,
about Martin Luther King. He says it thanks to Martin Luther King. Happy birthday. It's his birthday song. It's a tribute to him. You just come up on the
Okay.
mic and start singing happy birthday.
that's news to me. But either way,
They just don't even do that research on songs no more.
But what I'm saying is, if you compare, man, if you take that song as
Yeah.
as his example of songwriting,
It'd be incredible because if you don't even know the lyrics, you just know the chorus.
that's my point.
Yeah, but I know
don't
the lyrics. I just gave you the lyrics to Michael Jackson's "Heal the World."
I don't remember the lyrics. I've
Right. So
never.
your point is invalid because you don't know the song.
I didn't hear "Happy Birthday" be like, oh, that's deep.
You didn't hear "Happy Birthday."
Clearly,
It doesn't matter.
Clearly.
If you didn't hear it, you've not heard the song.
clearly.
You only
But what-
went the chorus. The song's
No,
very
I have.
deep.
I've heard the song, but I've never cared about the lyrics that much.
That's more to you though.
Clearly,
I knew the song from when I was a kid was about Martin Luther King.
Well, here's my point. Right? Michael Jackson has a wide range of songs. Some he wrote, some he didn't. Right? Either way, he has songs where they are very poetic, And you can't just go and pick. And I said this when we were talking about Genuine and R. Kelly. You can't just go and pick one of man's songs that's maybe more simplistic.
Genuine cannot write on the same level as R. Kelly.
We've already agreed that. We've already agreed that one. We've agreed that one.
And then Michael Jackson for Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's a prolific songwriter. There's no doubt about that. This is not an embarrassment. Hold on a second. This is not an embarrassment to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's not a great songwriter like that. He has good pop songs, but I don't think he's very everybody can enjoy, and that's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, when you put it against someone who's a songwriter, there's gonna be a different level. How am I trying to explain it? I did it with the even Joe versus R. Kelly. Joe's a great singer, but when his songwriting is matched up to R. Kelly's, you can see the difference in their songwriting abilities.
Yeah.
You can see the difference.
So you're saying in Joe versus R. Kelly, Michael Jackson is Joe and Stevie Wonder is R. Kelly?
No, I'm not saying that. That's not fair. I am saying that, but Babyface. Let's say Babyface. R. Kelly's, you're going through a lot right now. We can't say Stevie Wonder's R. Kelly. I think Michael would take that. You can add that. You can. That's what you mean. Oh yeah, you can add that.
You can add
but
that.
if we were to put it like that, because Joe's a great artist.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just saying songwriting ability.
Yeah, but you switched it. Because we were talking about when we were talking about vocal ability. You said we talk about the music they made, right?
Yes.
So I'm talking about in terms of the music Michael Jackson made. I don't know anybody that he can't sit with. And when you talk about dancing, I don't know anybody he can't sit with.
Okay, well that's different.
He's in a mastery
you don't know anyone that
class.
doesn't blow him out the water.
Blow him out the water. That's what I mean. Like
but no one blows Stevie Wonder out the water.
I know.
No one blows Marvin Gaye out the water.
But you could blow Stevie Wonder out the water if it comes to dancing.
Stevie Wonder can't dance.
That's my point.
And
Michael Jackson can sit with Stevie Wonder and talk music with him. But Stevie Wonder can't sit with Michael Jackson and talk dancing with him.
Because he doesn't dance. But Michael Jackson can't talk piano with Stevie Wonder. He can't talk drums with Stevie Wonder. He can't talk mouth organ with Stevie Wonder.
But what my point is,
if Stevie Wonder could dance, if Stevie Wonder could see, who knows? Who knows if he could see?
That's messed up.
That's a lie. That's a lie. He couldn't fuck with Michael even if he could see. But not dancing wise. But you said music wise. Dancing I can accept because I don't know anybody. I don't want to say I don't know anyone that can. It's hard because
musically there are people who are in the same category as Michael Jackson who can stand with him, and you can compare their music to each other and be like, all right, the quality of the music here and here are both of mastery level. They've mastered this craft. But my point is that with Michael Jackson, his dancing did not take away from his ability to do music, and his ability to do music did not take away from his ability to dance. He mastered both crafts. That's my argument here.
This song is deep.
Were you reading the lyrics to
Happy Birthday? Blood is deeper than I thought. Bro, I hope the listeners hear that. Don't just listen to Happy Birthday at the birthday party and think, yeah, this is song. The song has depth. What? Stevie Wonder is.
Read out the lyrics then. Go on then.
Let's do it, man. So it starts like Ola said. It doesn't make much sense. There ought to be a law against anyone who takes offense at the day in your celebration. Because we all know in our minds that there ought to be a time that we can set aside just to show how much we love you. And I'm sure you would agree we could fit it more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to be. Then your part comes in. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a day that would be set aside for his recognition. But because it should never be just because some cannot see. I used to think because he was talking about himself because he was blind. Just because some cannot see. I was like, yeah, man, there's a lot of blind people in the world, man. Meanwhile, I was the blind
That's
one.
messed up, man. That's messed up, man.
Just because some cannot see the dream as clear as he, that they should make it become an illusion. Oof, you hear that? Woo!
Wow.
Just because some cannot see the dream as clear as he, that they should make it become an illusion. God! And we all know everything that he stood for, time will bring. For in peace in our hearts we'll sing. Thanks to Martin Luther King. This is overdue for people the time is overdue for people like me and you, who know the way to truth is the love and the unity to all God's children. This is when Stevie be on his. We need to come together with God's children. Man, fuck that shit, Stevie. It should be an event, and the whole day should be spent in full remembrance of those who died and once and for all. The maddest thing is this year.
I think that's only deep to you because it's about Martin Luther King. I don't think the songwriting in that is that like mind
Okay.
blowing.
All right. Okay.
No
No problem. No problem.
I
No
think,
problem.
I just think
No
I think-
problem. Let me get We Are Heal the World. Let's get that up.
No,
Heal the
I'm not
World.
claiming
No.
Heal the World
We
is
gonna
great
do. I want
songwriting
to see
either.
what's amazing to you.
No, come on,
There's
man.
a
It's
place
you that's always trying to.
in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place was brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel no hurt or sorrow. The man said, just because some cannot see that they'll make the dream an illusion. And you're telling me, yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it was
help
alright,
you.
and I'm not claiming
You
that's
can't
the
tell,
best
you
written
can't
song
bring a
either.
Michael Jackson song that was even closer to that in terms of songwriting. How about that? Go on. Right here, right now. I'm right here.
Alright,
Go on.
Where's my phone?
Yeah, get your phone now. By the way, I'm surprised you don't know off the top of your head because I know all Michael songs off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, I don't know lyrics to all the songs. Relax,
Really? You
brother.
don't know the lyrics to the songs? How do you be listening to Michael? You just start dancing, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay, because I'll be taking the words in.
yeah. You listen to R&B by yourself, bro. So I mean, I'm not surprised.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I'm not slating MJ. I'm just trying to show you that when it comes to songwriting, there's very few that can talk to Stevie Wonder.
To be honest, like this is a lot of silence for the
Go on,
podcast
go on,
listeners.
go on,
while
just
I-
listen to Keys in the Song of Life. Hey, that's Marvin Gaye doing something. Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder doing something different.
Okay.
And though you don't believe that they do come true. 8:45. This we're gonna have to end the podcast. What did we say? But we should have a song in mind that you're gonna fry me. Come on, man.
I did, but it's just.
Do you want me to just say the song? I'll tell you the lyrics.
All right. The lyrics to Human Nature.
Okay. Reaching out across the nation. There's eyes everywhere. See that girl, she knows I'm staring. She likes the way I stare. If they say, why? Tell them that it's you.
I mean, why is it so hard to find these damn lyrics? I'm getting lyric interpretations. Just give me the
See
lyrics.
that girl, she knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. Do you want me to bring in Overjoyed?
Why is it so hard to find these damn lyrics? Anyway, this is. I'm sure this isn't the peak of. Looking out across the nighttime, the city winks a sleepless eye. Hear her voice, shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Come on, man.
You know the saddest thing, though?
Come on, man.
He didn't write that, though.
See, this is what I'm saying. This
He
is
didn't
what
write
I'm
the
saying.
song,
No,
though. But he didn't write the song.
All right, fine. Do you know what? Yeah,
This is what you're doing. You can't bring me a song by Usher and say, oh, boom, 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 boom. But R. Kelly wrote it. R. Kelly wrote it.
bro. We were not talking. We weren't even specifically speaking about songwriting as the craft.
Okay.
We were talking about making music.
Right,
Yes.
right.
The music Michael made was beautiful and beautiful to a level in which I believe he mastered the craft of making music.
Okay. I believe he's a master of his craft, definitely.
Yes.
I don't
and
say
I was
that.
saying that when you were challenging the idea of basically somebody mastering something having to be pure in that thing, I was saying he also mastered dancing as well. And I'm saying...
But I also said to you, though, he mastered dancing because those two go hand with his music.
Yeah, but some people.
What I'm saying is
stand up and acting are complimentary, but we can't think of anyone who's.
But no stand up needs to act. Not every stand up needs to act for his music, for his stand up.
Not every dancer needs to make music to
Michael
dance.
Jackson did. That was part of his selling tool. I make music and I do these dances, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his music was amazing music.
Yeah.
And the dancing is the cherry on the top, right? Whether it was a masterful dancer, that's left. I don't know the art of dancing in terms of. There's so many variations that we're just looking at Michael Jackson steps. So
Yeah.
for me,
I mean,
for the average dancer, they might be like this. That's not.
how many dancers like work hard to be able to like end up dancing like
But
Michael
again,
Jackson?
there's
Like,
ballet, there's street, there's all
oh,
these variations.
I mean, there's all these there's all
Right.
variations of music.
So are
and
you saying
genres
Michael
and stuff
Jackson's
like
the master of those?
that. No, not
Okay.
like that. I'm saying I'm not
Like
saying
is
like
he a master breaker?
he's a master dancer.
Okay.
In his whatever he's
In,
singing.
in the
And
pop
he's
sense for
clearly
his
borrowed
music
from
or in the
elements.
sense of dancing?
In the sense of dancing, I
Okay.
think technically when you watch him,
hmm
I think he's a masterful dancer.
So is
He
Janet Jackson a
mastered-
masterful dancer? Whoa now, tread carefully now.
I mean, to be honest, when I'm right now, I'm thinking about like the old routines from like the
You say Beyonce's a masterful dancer?
yes,
Interesting, because I don't think she is at all.
I think
I think she has decent choreography, but I don't.
I
You,
think
don't,
she's
you never
masterful.
go to a party and say do the Beyonce like they say do Michael Jackson's moves.
People do the single ladies routine.
I said Michael Jackson's moves. A routine is not moves.
Okay, like as in you
Like,
invented
but
a
you
whole
love
new
Michael
move.
Jackson not just because of the routines. It's the moves he pulls off. The
Of course.
kick, the moonwalk,
He created a whole
a
new
whole
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Even though it was all elements of street, but he
Yeah.
made it his own.
Yeah.
I don't think you could say that for Beyonce. It's just routines. So in that
Yeah.
sense, she's
fair enough.
she's the same as she's not. Is she a better dancer than Ciara, who is actually a dancer?
But I think with Beyonce, she's well trained and a hard worker.
Yes, I agree with that. But I don't think she's a
But
master
I
dancer.
don't think
though.
she's changed the game for like
No.
dancers growing up
No.
now, and they're like, I
like
need
you
to-
know a dancer. Like Chris Brown's a dancer.
yeah,
You
that-
just know
that
it.
boy's a stepper right there.
You just know he can dance. Usher's a dancer.
Yeah,
Genuine can dance, and I don't think he's a dancer. Like Missy, people that
Genuine never gets no love on this podcast.
No,
we need
Genuine
to put
gets
some
no-
proper love on Genuine.
you know
by
how
the way.
Heavy D could do, what's the kind of girl that
Yeah.
he could do. He did
a little
it's a heavy,
choreography. Yeah.
but I won't say he's a dancer.
Of course.
You understand? And that's what I mean with genuine, and that's what I mean with, and that's what I'm trying to say with the It's hard. I do believe when I watch Michael Jackson dance, I don't understand why. I don't understand why this is necessary. You don't have to keep doing stuff like this. But
You don't feel it like that
huh?
when you watch Michael Jackson dance.
What? I was watching the Motown 25 and he did the spin. Stop the love you see. And he just took a quick solo and I threw my laptop off the chair.
I was worried for a
Man,
second.
fuck
I,
this nigga, man.
I thought you were
I
saying
actually
that.
screamed, let's go, Michael. Because he just hit me. The way,
You
and
was
I,
coaching him from the side.
the good thing is this year, I hadn't seen it in
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
So when he just get him, Michael, there you go. Because he had to separate himself from his brothers
Of course.
briefly.
Yeah.
And he just did a spin, put his head down, put the glove up. Brother, I threw my shirt off. And I was like, damn, this nigga can dance. But
the guy cold,
another thing
man.
is this, though.
You have to let Jermaine and them know.
Right. But if you look at MC Hammer, for instance, MC Hammer was disgusting
MC
with the
Hammer
hip-hop
is a-
moves.
yeah,
However,
yeah.
it's a very, very, very specific department of dance.
Yes.
You understand?
But like, don't hurt him, Hammer. Like seriously.
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Michael Hammer was mad.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people sleep on James Brown was a phenomenal dancer.
That's one of Michael Jackson's biggest influences.
Jackie Wilson, Sammy Davis Jr. These
Yeah.
people were dancers, man.
Yeah.
So, but when I say the original point of mastering, jack of all trades and master of none, I was just explaining that how difficult it is
Yeah, we really took that down.
to be a master of more than one craft.
Yeah.
Especially with Michael Jackson, it actually benefits him because also he wasn't mastering the art of dance. He was just mastering dance that went with his music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do the
he doesn't need to-
foxtrot
yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
I incorporate what I like
Yeah.
and bring, and that's why it's so unique.
Yeah.
Whereas what with these people, with the Eddie Murphy, and it's so mad because when you hear master, you think, oh, sensei, whoosh, it doesn't have to be that. It really doesn't. You don't have to be a master of the craft. You just have to make money. So when you look at Kevin Hart, remember when Kevin Hart dropped his first 2 albums?
Yeah.
You're just like this Nas all over again. He the go, he the go.
Nah,
But the moment
The first time I'd properly seen, a black comedian with that energy doing self-deprecating humor and like killing it with good, well-written bits, performance. I was like, this guy is
I was studying him.
mad.
I was studying him. And here's the thing. People say Cat Williams is funnier than Kevin Hart. And you know what? I might agree, but he's not a better stand-up comic.
Fair play.
When you embody,
Yeah.
like you said, the writing with the performance
Yeah.
and the poise that Kevin Hart had.
Yeah.
Let me have a word. Babe, you gonna jump on my back. He gonna something like that. He just had that cadence there and then. What killed him? What kind of stumbled him was you become a star.
Yeah.
You're not living the truth no more.
Yeah.
You know, don't nobody want to hear. I woke up in Beverly Hills this morning. It's just not the common man's struggle.
Yeah. and not only that, it's the fact that, you know, it all becomes part of the machine. You know, we know you're going to be in town to promote the movies.
Yeah.
So you might as well book
Yeah.
a stadium while you're
He
here.
started picking up on catchphrases within his own stand-up,
Yeah.
which was another pitfall to enter into.
Yeah, man. It's one of those business decisions.
Right.
Play
It's like when you watch
artistically.
Friday One and everybody enjoyed the concept of Debo knocking on the window, or you know the finger in the pie gag. That the next two you find a way to put a finger in the whole chicken salad, and you're just like, why did you think we would like this? Well, you like the last gag, yeah, the last gag. So
Yeah, when it was
he
organic.
becomes a victim of that. Same as Eddie Murphy. It was impossible to pursue a stand-up career when you're making 20 million a film in 1990.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then he goes away for so long. That fear of coming back to stand-up? Hell no. You know? So it's not a slate on him when I say he's not necessarily... Like, I don't think he mastered it, because at 22, at 26, it's impossible to be a master of anything.
Fair play. I mean, they say you have to put your 10,000 hours in to master something, and maybe that's just not enough time.
Do you know what?
But yeah, let's just say flipping fantastic.
You know what? You could tell a master. Marvin Gaye was at this. Diana Ross was doing this thing where she was running around the crowd just saying, "Sing, reach out and touch," and you know people would sing and da 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 da. Da. She finally gets to Marvin Gaye. She goes, "I know if you can sing the national anthem, you can sing reach out and touch," and he just takes the mic, and he just sings it here, like he just woke up out of a deep sleep and just. And by the way, the whole room was just like, ah, damn. It's just a master of what he does. No, you know some people, Daniel Ross has come up to you, the crowd is there. Oh, you're going to give it a wee. Everyone's like, ah. You're going to give it the revving.
There's going to be 27 runs in there.
I said re. Bring it back for me. I said re. And then just hitting all the variations of your notes.
Yeah.
Or like, kid, you know, he just came and said, reach out. He just sang it like it was someone just told to come and quickly sing for offering.
Yeah.
But it was so impactful. And that's when I was like, master.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch a movie of a Kung Fu master. Have you ever seen a Kung Fu master holler up out of his seat and start calling you names like, you know, he just waits there. He's probably sipping tea half the time.
Yeah. The whole thing
for
is
that
like
first kick.
break
Pow!
and he's just like,
Right. The Matrix.
Yeah.
Before it was all, duh, duh, duh. But the moment he knew who he was, he just slowed down. Who are you fighting? I'm a master. That's the levels.
Yo,
and you can see.
On that note, we need to.
Before I go, you can see Chappelle is a master.
Yeah, he's definitely master.
To the point where he took it to mastery.
Yeah.
Where you're just putting your foot on the stage. That's mastery. And by the way, if I see comics and the comic are putting your foot on the stage, and you know this is your 20 minutes from your Edinburgh show, that's some bullshit.
Nah, man, I be putting my foot up on the speaker from time to time.
You know what? Yeah, we get lost in that sense of trying to be that guru. You understand? We have to figure out. The key is here. You have to figure out how you are comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
I remember I told you I saw a comic. Do the water sip.
The joke to the face.
on a flat punch. Hey, and he turned around on this motherfucker. I said, you gonna turn around? I did that. I don't know, man. Hey, and you know what? Yeah, people don't understand.
I'm finished.
You know when a comic takes a sip of water on stage, you know what you know how much you've done to get that sip. You don't just walk on. Sorry, that means y'all.
Sip is supposed to be like congratulate yourself for hard work. It's supposed to be like, yo, I've been putting in work on this stage. Let me put some water in.
Bruh.
And everybody gives you a chance because they're like, nah, he's been working. If
No,
you
it's not
ain't
even
worked.
that. When you've done, when you take the sip when you've done it on a routine where everyone's clapping and you do that, they're looking at, this nigga sipping water too. I know there's more.
He's so confident.
He's so calm. And so when Chappelle does that, in fact, you're almost too calm. Have you ever been too calm on stage? One time I caught myself with my hand in my pocket. This is me. Have you ever spoken to yourself on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me. Take your hand out of your pocket, bro. You know what? I didn't mind it was in my pocket. But I was like, why is my hand in my pocket? Like,
Bruh. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. To be honest, my whole stage persona is really chilled and laid back and nonchalant, and it's heavy on my writing, and it's like, I'm so sure of these bars that I can almost be anti-performing, and
sometimes I feel like you removed yourself too much, though.
Well, that I've thought that as well. There's
Sometimes I
times
feel
where
like I was like, Ola, you look like you don't care. And so it takes, because people are looking at you like this. I don't. Does he want to be here? But it is funny. I'm going to listen. And the thing is this, those that get it will get it. Because I get it.
Yeah.
But sometimes the audience don't get it. Especially when you follow the guy who did Dirty Wine for them.
Yeah. And to be fair as well, like, one thing I learned a long time is that I have to undercut myself all the time for that to continue to work. So, like, there are times where my opening joke is self-deprecating. So when I've come on and I've been like, good evening, and I'm like, what's going on with you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, if they don't give me enough of a clap, and I'm like, good evening. All right. Then I tell them, they say that as a comedian, you're as good as your last show. And if that were true, my last show should have been my last show. Then it's like, oh, this guy can make fun of himself. Then they give me way more credence to be that guy on stage.
But how'd you feel about that, though?
I think that's perfectly fine, because I think that's a perfect representation of who I am.
You're a self-deprecating person?
Yeah. I'm somebody who's constantly judging himself, but at the same time, presenting an exterior of extreme confidence.
Interesting. I'm a prick.
I don't think you bring enough of your prick.
Have you seen me perform recently?
Whoa, big pause.
Let's
Big
pause.
pause. I don't think you bring enough of the prick persona to the stage.
Because you mask it, because the key is always to make them laugh. And what I do is I mask it with just lovely smiles.
Yeah.
And terrible words. Like, I have a joke when I say, you can't. I have a joke now that I say, we got to shift this pandemic weight. That's what's, they're going around. Then you check your Instagram from like 4 years and you realize I've been fat for a minute now. This is just, it's just me. Say the pandemic. Then I say, can't say fat no more. You got to say fluffy or plus size or big. And I'm good with that. I'm glad fat people have found their voice. Yeah, I think fat people should march. That's a good thing. And I just leave it.
Yeah.
And the way they're looking at me is like, I love the people that get it immediately. Those evil people that don't want to progress.
Bad man people.
Bad man. They love that. Then you get the people, it's like, I shouldn't laugh, but that was quite slick.
Yeah.
I just love the energy. And I pop a stop. Back in the day, you say stuff like that, you want to rush over it to the next good cushion.
Nah,
you just let it happen.
Like,
I don't know what I just said.
Go let it brew.
And that's why when you said, when you look at how you perform now to when you performed before, it's incredible how now I don't care about the words I say, if they're uncomfortable for you or not. I'm going to do my joke.
Yeah, I think, I think the first key, the first switch you have as a stand-up is when you stop trying to be funny. Nothing funnier. There's nothing as unfunny as someone who's trying to be funny. So once there's like an intention thing that changes, where you go from trying to be funny to knowing you are funny. Like, I'm funny. Now it's a matter of, what do I do with this? That's the first journey. But when you get to the point where you're funny, they know you're funny, and now you bring in something extra to it. Now you put in seasoning. Now this is already a meal. But you got garnishes now. Okay. Then we start to really enjoy ourselves here. And I think that's the stage. That's like, if I was to plot the life cycle of the growth as a stand-up, I feel like that's where you are right now. You're in that place now where we have fun with it now. Like now, it's not a matter of I'm trying to cook. I'm trying not to burn the food. It's like I
Yeah.
can cook.
Yeah.
Now you're saying like I can cook and I've proven I can cook. Now it's like, well, what should we make? What should we make now?
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner, man?
What's for
So
dinner?
it's gonna get to a point now when people buy Funbi tickets, it's gonna be like, yo, Fums is certified. Like we know his
But that's
skills.
what people don't
I'm
get,
not coming
though.
to see if he's funny or to check.
But
to
if
see
that's
I
the
find
case,
it
then
funny.
they should give Kevin Hart a break.
Kevin Hart was still. I don't think he fully understands who he is. I don't think he fully understands who he is, and I think he's consistently looked to what's working to tell him who he is. And that's why the catchphrase hits. All right, I've got to do more catchphrases.
Right.
People enjoy this about me. I need to do more of that. And you do have to get to a certain extent to a point where you don't care what people want. And that's when they go, all right, we trust you now. So now it's a matter of what's for dinner then.
It's the artist versus the entertainer.
Whew.
The entertainer gives the audience what they want.
All right,
Artists
gives them
give
what
they
he needs. We need to wrap this up, though. We definitely do need to
I
wrap
need to
this
get
up.
my ass on.
All right. Yo, thank you for everybody that has showed interest in us coming back. Thank you for those of you who've made fun of us for our 10 episode seasons. It just so happens that way. After the first 10 episodes, I had to go away for work and travel. After the next 10 episodes, when we caught COVID. So maybe that's just what it needs to be. 10 episode seasons gives me a couple of weeks break as well. So thank you guys for rocking with us. At Funbi on Twitter, at Funbi on Mataya on Instagram, at Ola the Comedian on everything. That's on
Crip, on Blood,
that's on Neighborhood. So
on anything.
that's on everything. So guys, please do get more and more interactive with us. Hit us up. If you want to send a note, you want to send a question,
You want to send money?
you want to send money, all of that. Thank you for the love, man, and it's always a pleasure to be back. Peace.